Welcome to the Wright Chrysler Dodge Ram pregame show. Just like the big game, you have to be prepared. And the same holds true when it comes to buying your next vehicle. So be prepared by going to WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com. That way you're ready to go when you hit the lot. Now it's time for us to get you ready for the big game. The Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pregame show starts now.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. The same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm.
You're watching the Athens Hornets take on the Center.
NETSN and Pineywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service.
And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumber yard.
Good evening, Rough Rider fans, and welcome to the ranch, the haunted house of the Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Hello, everyone. Rob Payne here, and to my left, straight from Transylvania, Count Chris Watlington.
Hello.
Chris, if a game on Halloween night wasn't scary enough, add to that this invasion of hornets from Athens, and you have a real chiller of an evening.
You do indeed, oh King of Pain. Just like last year, one summer glance at the schedule made the Athens game the one to watch. Both years, both teams were in the state preseason top 30. Last season, by Halloween weekend, both had settled into the top 25. This season, Athens has risen to state number 13. Center comes in at 37. And both seasons, if you assume both teams lose to Carthage and beat the other three district teams, which has happened both years, you know the second playoff seed comes down to this Halloween showdown.
Very true. Same thing was true in 2022, 2023 between Center and Van. Both lost to Carthage. Both ran the rest of the district table. And the second seed came down to week 9 against each other. Eerily similar.
Almost spooky.
Downright ghostly. Then factor in Athens' stinging performance against the undefeated state champions, a 61-56 thriller, and things get even ghostlier. Rough Rider coach Alex Munoz understands the importance of tonight's game.
The playoff seeding is important for us. I mean, a win tonight puts us in second place, or in control of second place with next week remaining.
So, here we go. In about 60 seconds, we'll get you ready for the game with a special Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show here on YouTube with the Northeast Texas Sports Network. In addition to a visit with Coach Brown about tonight's contest, we'll bring you a vast majority of the senior night presentation already underway.
So it's senior night, it's Halloween night, and it's the Rough Riders hosting the Athens Hornets. And we'll get you ready for week 9 coming up next.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Diamond B Cafe on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on the Lord's Day Sunday, 7 until 2. Diamond B Cafe was voted the best breakfast in Shelby County, and that breakfast or dinner menu is available anytime that they're open. So stop on by Diamond B Cafe and visit the Brandons on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson in Center.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Wright Chrysler pre-game show here as we see senior night. We get a good shot of those folks right up coming through. football team went first before we could get it on the air, Chris Wallington.
Yeah, and now the band, a lot of seniors in the band, they're being introduced. And it's time for you to tell us about your pregame brief. What's on your mind this morning, Counselor?
Well, I heard that spooky pregame intro.
Yeah, that was.
Talking about all this. In the past, it'd be like, okay, so we got Carthage wins the district. They're going to play, I don't know, Bullard or somebody that was over in the other district that the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
I think one year they didn't even play. They had COVID, so they just Carthage won 1-0. But then the second and third and was important because you had Gilmer kind of in the number 2 spot with Pleasant Grove number 1, and then Van, and then whoever else.
Yeah, the others. Yeah.
This year it's a little different over there because you still got Pleasant Grove. They're clearly, I think they're going to win the district.
Yeah.
But then after that, you got Gilmer and you got Van, and then you got Pittsburgh. That they're all in the mix right there, and it sounds like it may come down to point differential.
We don't really know who's going to be the opponent for the second, third, and fourth seed. So, we know for the fourth seed it's going to be Texarkana, but anyway, there's a lot of question marks.
But the cool thing was, I kind of like it to be Pittsburgh, so we could play our old coach, play Coach Hoff, who's one of our favorite guys.
Me too. I'm proud of him.
This year, I mean, Gilmer still has championship DNA, but they fell off a little bit, but then they come back, and I think they may still hold the tiebreaker. I remember Coach Brown was talking about that.
Right.
I don't think it's Pittsburgh. I think it's either Van or Gilmer that's going to hold that top spot.
I think they're going to have the same record.
They're going to have the same record.
To,
point differential because they each lost to each other. Right.
It's just a perfect storm.
So we don't know, and who knows about this game if we win or lose. We don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. We want to win because we want to beat these guys because we should have beat them last year.
Should have, yeah.
And but they're a very good football team. And what's interesting, because I think you asked Coach Brown this during the Coach Nick Brown show live from the pizzeria, sponsored by Sabine State Bank.
Yeah.
Talked about why is this team in 1 year has gotten so much better, and he said the quarterback has just blossomed.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting tonight to see, because he throws it all over the yard.
Can we control him?
Yep.
Well, there you go. That is the pregame brief, and we also have the injury report brought to you by Hope Medical. As far as we know, we are good to go, and in Week 9, that is really, really good news. So there you go. The pregame brief, the injury report. We'll hear from sponsors, and we'll come back for a little bit of senior night.
Hope Community Medicine is a nonprofit faith initiative with a primary mission of providing quality health care to the people of East Texas, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, or ability to pay. At Hope Community Medicine, they want to be the leading Deep East Texas care provider, recognized for their outstanding patient care, innovative technologies, programs, and medicines, as well as a highly motivated and distinguished staff. Hope Community Medicine, founded in faith, focused on family.
Gaddy's Medical Supply. It's your one-stop shop for the supplies and the equipment that you need as you go along your recovery. Their compassionate and knowledgeable staff is there to help you as you get better. Gaddy's Medical Supply.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Senior Night at the Ranch, home of the Center Rough Riders. Tonight, where we honor some of our seniors here in the final home game of the regular season. We'll take you down to the field for more Senior Night.
A member of the band for 7 and is an All-American dancer and member of the Miss Night Kick Company. After graduation, she plans to join the Air Force and obtain her LVN license. And our final group tonight are our senior cheerleaders. First up, Miss Destiny Arcebar.
This brought to you by Gaddy's Medical Supply.
Destiny is being escorted tonight by her parents, Rolando and Jessica Arcebar, and siblings. Destiny's been a cheerleader for 5 years, and after graduation plans to attend the University of Texas at Tyler to obtain her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And our final senior of the night, Miss Jayla Tutt. Jayla is being escorted tonight by Katie Gray, Cornelius Gray, and family. Jayla's been a cheerleader for 7 years. After graduation, she plans to attend college, running track and cheering. She wants to pursue a degree in education and become a school teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another round of applause for all the seniors that participate on Friday night.
All right, everybody, that's our senior night. We got to see the cheerleaders there again, like I was saying. That's like down to the visit, the cheerleaders on the Gaddy Medical Spotlight, where we got to see the senior cheerleaders here this evening. Now we're going to hear from a couple of sponsors when we come back. It'll be Chris Wallington with a Coach Talk with Coach Brown.
We say thank you to these fall sponsors who bring you Rough Rider football all fall long. Chris Mayfield State Farm, Shelby County's good neighbor. Down Home Storage. Take your down home clutter to Down Home Storage. At Joe's, it's not just a car wash, it's a car spa. McAdams Propane, keeping you warm in the winter and your outdoor kitchen going all season long. And Watson & Sons Funeral Home, their family, serving yours.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it?
I don't know where.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Senior night has come and gone once again. We congratulate all of our seniors this year. Now we look for a little more football. Chris Watlington, JBA Financial, brings us Coach Talk with Athletic Director Nick Brown.
Well, Coach, happy Halloween.
Yes, sir. Happy Halloween.
Big game on Halloween night with the Athens Hornets. First of all, just a quick look back. Congratulations on qualifying for the playoffs against the Bears.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a big goal of ours going into the season.
Big halftime adjustment, and in the second half, your team played like, well, a team on fire.
Yes. Yeah. So we started a little slow last week, and were able to come in halftime, and the kids responded well to what we had to say, and made a couple of adjustments defensively, offensively as well. They were doing some things that were kind of giving us some fits, and the kids came out and executed those adjustments, almost flawlessly.
Athens is a tough out. Tell us what the challenges are when you're looking at the Hornets.
Well, I think the biggest challenge is offensively. They distribute the ball well. The quarterback is very, very good. He can spin it, and if we don't get pressure on him and we let him sit back there and sling the ball around, he's got plenty of targets to get the ball to. They're good up front offensively. Defensively, that's to me kind of something that anytime you have 2 to 3 players on a defense that can take over a game, that's going to make it tough. And they have an outside linebacker, a middle linebacker, and a defensive end that are very, very capable of doing just that if we don't take care of our business.
Okay. Well, Coach, we look forward to the matchup and to the Halloween mayhem, senior night, last game for a lot of really fine players. So there'll be lots to talk about in postgame.
Yes, sir.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan. and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future. Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff. The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans. And the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams.
Welcome back to the ranch. It's senior night, final home game in Rough Rider Stadium. Let's turn it over to Mr. Chris Watlington for our area roundup.
Thanks, man. Well, it's a fun time of year, isn't it, with the area roundup, and it starts getting exciting because you get down to the who's going to go and who's not going to go and how's it all going to work out. So here's the way it looks for the Rough Riders. They are 2 wins into the season with a likely win next week against Russ. Can't look by them, but that's, we're kind of planning on that. Lost to Carthage. Athens has the same record, same situation, lost to Carthage, but they played Carthage inspirationally and came out
61-56.
Better for it.
Yeah.
And Center, I don't think we were better for our loss. So definite advantage tonight with Athens, but like Shire said, we don't know who the second seed's going to play. We're competing for that second seed. Well, I don't know. That's almost 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The second and third seed, almost a toss-up. So the importance of tonight's game dwindles. But still, if we're not at least competitive with these guys, the playoffs may be academic. You want to be able to stick with these guys because anybody we play in the playoffs will be ranked below Athens. So we'll be able to kind of gauge our readiness tonight.
Okay.
What's really interesting is over in the 2A, the rest of the county, Shelbyville plays Joaquin tonight for their playoff lives. But they beat, who did Shelbyville beat? Garrison or Timpson? And Timpson beat Garrison, but Garrison beat Timpson. And Joaquin.
Kind of the same scenario.
Same deal. St. Augustine's run to the table. Turns out, who knew they were the best team? Hemphill hasn't won any. But the other teams, our county teams and friends, Joaquin, Garrison, Timpson, Shelbyville, they just don't know. It's going to go down to the last quarter of the last game. So exciting stuff going on there in that district. And that's the area and district roundup for tonight.
Thank you very much, Chris. And we, I guess we'll take a quick break. We come back and we'll close out our show and get ready for some football.
Hey Pug, come with me to Campbell Portable Buildings. You'd be surprised the variety of buildings you'll see. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not going with you to a portable building store. If I go there, I'm going to see buildings that are portable. Well, sure, but those portable buildings can be turned into permanent elegance. They come in all sizes, shapes, and purposes, from storage to a beautiful dining or office space. Oh, yeah, Campbell's. Yeah, I knew that. Part of Watson & Sons Funeral Home is Oak Lawn Memorial Park Perpetual Care Cemetery. A beautifully cared for facility, far enough away from town to feel private, but not too far away. Watson & Sons, their family taking care of yours.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we close out our pregame show, let's take a look at the weekend a little bit. Where tonight's Halloween.
Yeah.
That's kind of a. I remember a Halloween many years ago in Huntington, and they had a heck of a halftime show.
They did.
Yeah.
And then there was another one in Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
Was it Pleasant Grove, the one you were talking about with Michael Jackson?
No, both of them. I remember. Yeah.
Yep.
And every 14 years, I think, you have a home game on Friday. And every 7 years you have, a home game on Halloween.
I'm going to let you go with that.
Every 7 years, give or take, you have a Halloween game, and every other one's at home. This is the first time this has happened where some of those parents that were walking their seniors had to probably choose between this and taking the young ones trick-or-treating. So hopefully they did that earlier in the day.
That's right. And then tomorrow, of course, opening day deer season. That's a big deal for a lot of folks. Time change tomorrow night.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It gets dark at 7 o'clock tonight on Halloween, but in 2 nights it'll be dark at 5:30.
Yeah.
Which is a lot better for Halloween.
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in tonight to the ball game and the broadcast, and we want to thank our pregame sponsors: Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Center Glass, Hope Medical, Gaddy's Medical Supply, JBA Financial, Campbell Portable Buildings, Bowles Feed, and Ray Jones Chevrolet. Counselor?
Well, it's going to do it for the Wright Chrysler pregame show. And we still got a few minutes, so we'll take it here from Wright Chrysler. We come back, we'll get ready for the kickoff.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Welcome to the Wright Chrysler Dodge Ram pregame show. Just like the big game, you have to be prepared. And the same holds true when it comes to buying your next vehicle. So be prepared by going to WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com. That way you're ready to go when you hit the lot. Now it's time for us to get you ready for the big game. The Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pregame show starts now.
Welcome to Halloween weekend, and to an evening that is most definitely undead. The Center Rough Riders have had a very good season. They've dispatched the zombie panthers and bears. But what about these demon hornets? 6-2 overall in district. They've taken care of the eagles and the bears, and they buzzed and stung the bulldogs of Carthage 55 times. But ultimately lost to the zombie apocalypse. So tonight, between these two, a battle for second seed. Follow the stream if you dare.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All right, everybody, welcome back. That was the spooky kickoff intro and our Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. We heard from Shelby Savings already.
And that gives us time to hear what you think.
Is it time for the keys for the game?
Right, yes, the Ray Jones Chevrolet keys.
All right, Ray Jones, keys to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've got to control the football and control the time of possession and run the football and run it well.
Yeah.
Because they like to throw. And then, obviously, winning first down. Let's take a quick break. We'll get the prayer done.
When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutcherson and Hurst. Center Motor.
All right, folks, there we are. So Chris Wallen will go back to it. So run the football, control the time of possession,
yes,
and win on first down and try to get them into long distances.
Yeah, that would be very handy. And then defensively, figure out some way to limit this quarterback that has gone from good to great since the last time we saw them the night after Halloween last year.
That's right. I mean, we put them in
penetration and pressure.
Yeah, third, put them in predictable passing situations, and then tee off and go after him.
You see the Rough Riders lined up along the sideline. They're in their gold jerseys. The first time, and probably the only time they will wear them. It's, I'm a uniform guy. The Cowboys wear those old throwback jerseys on Thanksgiving.
Double star.
The double star. For whatever reason, on senior night, I understand they wear the gold. Otherwise, it's purple or white. So, a little different look here from the fellas as the national anthem is going on. We rarely get to cover the national anthem because usually the pregame show is not senior night. So, thanks, Rob. Try to get the Center High School band at the end of the anthem. When they were playing the school song, by the way, there was about a beat between part of the band and the other. That might be attributed to the fact that there are 8th graders playing for the first time, and they are separated from the band. The 8th graders are going to be on the track, so that's a nightmare with any sort of musician. So something that the band will have to deal with. At today's pep rally, the middle school came for senior night. The middle school cheerleaders performed. The middle school band was there to play with the high school and the middle school twirlers, and it was neat. And also senior pep rally. It was odd, no school, so seniors, it was optional, but most of the seniors came, so that was cool. That was good to see.
4 seniors are our captains tonight on the field. Number 50, Eric Arroyo. Number 55, Jamie Jenkins. Number 15, Grant Gregory. And number 21, Cody Atkinson. They are at the middle of the field with the coin toss, and we'll see. And the coin toss has happened. And
Athens won and deferred.
Deferred, and so the Riders will take the ball. That's how we'll start tonight with our Shelby Savings Bank kickoff from the Hornets to the Riders to kick off Friday night, Halloween night, senior night in the Ranch. We're glad you've joined us here for some exciting, what we hope is an exciting, nail-biting football game.
Yeah, football game on Halloween. Should we announce it now about?
No, I think we need to wait.
Hold on a little bit. Okay, we have
a huge announcement.
A huge announcement for later on involving that gentleman right there on the screen, number 15. But okay, we'll hold on for that.
Did him say that he's going to go to Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
Is that what
That's what I hear. All right, so the Center Rough Riders are lined up to take the ball. Opening Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. Got a man deep at the 14-yard line and one up at the 27-yard line. The Hornets line up. It is 7:32 on Friday, October 31st, 2025. Welcome to the Ranch.
This is really the game we've been looking forward to, circled on the calendar. Assuming Carthage wins all the games, this is the gun for second.
Short kickoff. Up man will take it. And up to the 31-yard line. Fair catch at the 31, and that's where the Riders will start.
Good, uneventful field position to start the game.
Right.
Hey, we have any? We don't. Oh, we didn't. We got
I brought some. Hold on.
Here, I can.
They're behind you.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't pop a pepper,
I know.
Early in the first quarter, usually
something bad happens.
In the second half to drink one. I need some
yeah.
hot chocolate in the second half.
It's hard to pop a chocolate.
Riders will come to the line of scrimmage here on first down for the opening possession. We got to pop a pepper. Did you play? You just did your own?
I jumped outside.
Okay, you jumped outside.
It's good beverage, though.
Mm-hmm. Wolf in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 back. Handoff coming right. still on his feet. And really good run by the center Rough Riders. Looks like out of bounds past the marker.
How about that for winning first down, Shires?
We did. I think it's going to be just shy. I think it's going to be second and about 2.
Let's see.
Yep,
I see now one of the side judges marking it with an 8-yard pickup. Quick snap, give, coming left, and now turning it up again.
Oh, Bluford is on fire
has
tonight.
The first down.
Yeah.
Turning that corner on the left side. Good job. Good blocking, too.
We're going to see a fair amount of Bluford bludgeoning going on this evening.
So, yeah.
Ray Jones Chevrolet first down for the Riders, and we hope to see a lot of Bluford tonight. Bluford back behind the quarterback on first down.
Pistol formation.
Handoff comes right through. Good blocking, good penetration into the secondary and up around the 40-yard line on the Hornets end of the field. So far, the Riders have been on the ground and moving the ball really well.
Yeah. That's a Ray Jones Chevrolet first down.
It is. Riders 1st and 10 from the Hornets 40. Wolf talking to Bluford, getting him in place.
We talked a couple weeks ago about a bunch of the offensive linemen missing time. Oh, here comes.
This is a pitch out coming right. Ruford makes a move and another one inside the 40 to the 35.
Athens had the right defense. Bluford just made the move.
Bluford cut against the grain and cut it up and got 6, almost 7. But the offensive line, they were out sick for a good part of the week, so various guys got to come in and get some reps. And now we're running different groups of guys out there, and not just playing 5.
Villegas comes in on 2nd down and 4. Villegas right straight ahead lowers his head and pushing, and it takes 4 white jerseys to push him back. But Villegas, no movement on the sticks?
No, he got a little bit. He got a yard or 2.
Okay.
They just
see it.
Yep. Moved it.
Yep. All right, so a 2-yard pickup, 3rd and 2. Villegas remains in. 2 receivers on the left. Wolf hands off to Villegas, who turns it upfield.
He's going to get the first.
And he has the first, just enough and a little more.
Yep.
What a good-looking drive, all on the ground so far. 3, Ray Jones first downs.
Riders at the Hornets 28-yard line.
What's interesting, they're going to be creeping up to stop that, and something's going to be available over the top.
One would think. One would hope.
Remember Coach Brown talked about the 2 defensive ends they have, and they're coming.
Villegas starts one way and then moves the other way, but this time he met a wall of Hornets, a swarm of Hornets, and lost a yard on that one. 2nd and 11 at the 29.
First time that they've not won first down, Mr. Shires. You're Ray Jones key to the game. Now, a little off schedule, 2nd down and 11.
Again, if you'll notice, I mean, they certainly had 8 in the box.
All right, Wolf back to throw. Ball is thrown and bounces off the hands of his intended receiver. Number 2 is out there. Cooks was there, but ball was there, just unable to pick it up. 3rd down.
Cooks has been really a star all year long. Had such huge shoes to fill with one of the best receivers ever last year, but he's filled them nicely. Didn't control that one, 3rd and 11.
All right, Villegas coming to the left and now looking for some room to go. The Hornets have him at the 30, and it's 4th down for the Riders.
Yeah. Probably a little too far away to kick a field goal, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that would be a 47-yarder. And no reason to punt it, I wouldn't think.
I've always thought about that. I mean, you punt it right there if you could coffin corner it.
Well, they have new personnel for certain.
No, but not the punter.
4th and very long. Riders with such a good opening drive.
Now, who's the quarterback?
Well, the quarterback is
that Wolf?
Looks like number 1 as they had a change in personnel. That's not right. So the result of that play on 4th down is the Hornets take over on downs after shutting the Riders down, and it was Wolf.
Yep.
And there it just looked like a number 1 from here, but that's one is Bluford. So Wolf tries to scramble to the right to pass the ball, but tackle brought down, and after a good drive on the ground, the Hornets wake up and at the 30-yard line take over on downs, 1st and 10.
And significantly, Wolf staying in the game to play defense. He's not taken all that many defensive snaps this year.
All right, 1st down for the Hornets. Handoff, they're coming up the middle. Rider defense limits the gain to 3 or 4 yards. 2nd down.
Talked a little bit to Coach about his defensive goals.
Goals is to play sound, play smart. They're going to be going fast. They're going to have a lot of formations. Our guys have worked all week on tempo and making sure they can ID their top guys. So making sure we're lined up correctly. And the biggest thing is just play loose and play fast.
Looks like there's going to be an offsides penalty on the Rough Riders. Going to make it 1st and 5.
Yeah, they won 1st down, except they didn't. Played well, but jumped off sides, 1st and 5.
So David Richardson, the senior quarterback for the Hornets, out of the shotgun, hands off.
Nope, he keeps it.
He keeps it. He's going to head to the middle, and the Riders stay home and take care of business. And after 1st and 5, it'll be 2nd down and about 2.
Really good play by the defense. But, you make a stop like that and only gain a little over 2, and it's 2nd and 3 because of the offsides penalty.
Yep.
So
Richardson with good ball handling on that play here on 2nd down.
2nd short is offensive dream.
This time he does hand off, and there's a 1st down from the Hornets and more up to midfield. And as the Hornets scramble into Rider territory, the defense brings them down. Big 1st down for the Hornets to the Rider 48.
And they get across midfield with that first down.
And they're going quick.
Yeah.
Hurry up offense. Handoff coming up the middle again. They'll try the ground, and number 21 carrying the ball for the Hornets.
Met by number
Charlie
21.
Kaiser, met by Cody Atkinson. Stop is made at the 44-yard line.
It looked like a really good outcome, but still a pickup of 4. You'll take that as an offense on a run.
2nd down and 6. With 6:38 to go here in the 1st quarter. We're scoreless. Riders have had the ball. We're stopped at the Hornets 30, and now this is their first possession. 2nd and 6. They choose to stay on the ground again, and they've got another 1st down to the Rider 35, just inside that.
Atkinson and Greer combine on the tackle.
Took the tackle Kaiser, number 21, running back for the Hornets.
Coach Brown talked about how Atkinson has embraced the last 3 or 4 weeks the leadership role. He's always been a good player, but now more of a leader.
Back to pass on 1st down, and the Hornets connect up around the 25-yard line for about a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, that is so difficult to stop.
Yeah.
That
8 yards.
That slant.
Aikman and Irvin taught me that.
On 2nd and 2, handoff.
Ooh, nice hole.
And a nice move by Kaiser, number 21 for the Hornets. Makes a move and gets inside the Rider 10-yard line, definitely in the red zone, knocking on the door within about 8 yards of the end zone.
Chris Mayfield, State Farm red zone. Not the team that we wanted to be in it early.
All right, quarterback just going to take it, a direct snap and run with it. And that's Richardson down around the 6 or 7 yard line.
Uh-oh. Who made the tackle on that play?
Was that the?
Well, what is he?
He up until tonight, he's been the captain, Captain Gregory.
We'll see. We're going to see here. Well, I thought they were going to go quick.
2nd and goal. From around the 7 yard line.
All right, we just had another one.
All right, looks like they may have to take a timeout. Athens calls a timeout, Mr. Shires.
All right, good. We had a power surge up here. We thought we were going to have to take a timeout, but something weird has happened.
You know, I'm glad nothing.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and make the announcement.
Okay, go ahead. Check this out.
Congratulations, man. You've been promoted to General. You are General Grant. Soldiers.
How do you, gentlemen?
All right, so
General Grant.
His
dad, the colonel, is now outranked.
Yeah.
At least for the rest of the season. Good stuff. But it's going to take a really good effort that the general leads his troops to keep Athens out of the end zone here as they've gotten inside the red zone. Looking at second down and about between 7 and 8.
Second goal from the 6.
Yeah.
Yep. 4:42 here in the first quarter. Athens takes their first time out, 6 yards away from the end zone. Want to get the right play in. Richardson and Kaiser standing side by side, receivers either way. Second and goal. There's the snap. Give to Kaiser. Nope, he fakes it and then throws to the left. Ball's caught into the end zone, touchdown.
Shires pretty well designed, pretty well executed.
Yep. Well executed, good ball handling.
The whole team was ready for the run, not quite ready for number 12, Eli Carnes, senior who plays a lot of linebacker, but came in to catch that ball. Hornets score first here on Halloween.
Going for 2?
Yeah.
All right,
swinging gate.
2-point conversion attempt is caught in the end zone for 2 points. So Athens scores and adds 2 with 4:37 here in the first quarter. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas.
All right, everybody, it's time for a Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. Again, not one that we like. We prefer it when it's the Rough Riders kicking off. But with 4:37 to go here in the first quarter, Riders find themselves trailing 8-0.
Both teams have had the ball once.
Kick deep this time, but it is going to be returnable. Villegas has it. He's missed a couple moves. He's into the open field, and he's still going. He's going to be corralled, but it's on the other side of the 40.
Exciting return, and it's starting 10 yards closer to the end zone than they did the first time they got the ball on Mr. Payne.
From the 13 to the 41-yard line, nice return by Villegas. And the Riders will be 1st and 10. Just a quick recap. Riders moved the ball really well in their first series after they took the opening Shelby Savings Bank kickoff, but were stopped and turned the ball over on downs at the 30-yard line. The Hornets moved it 70 yards and were able to score and put together a 2-point conversion as well with the old swinging gate. Now the Riders have the ball for the second time.
It actually swung the other way, but it went in.
All right, receivers either way this time. Bluford in the backfield. Give to Bluford. He comes through across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. 7-yard pickup.
Curious, I want to pay attention to what they did when we got down to the 30, because they changed it up a little bit, and we just had no room.
Brought it to Villegas, and they just clogged it up.
On 2nd down and 3. It's a handoff to Bluford again.
Like that.
And this time, the defense has really good penetration, and there's nowhere to go in a loss of 2.
I'm guessing if that was at all an option, should have pulled that ball away. Had it stuck way out there like sometimes they do if it's going to be an option. Of course, if it's not an option, you got to go ahead and go through with the play, but it would have been nice if Wolf could have gone the other way.
3rd down and 6 for the Riders. Wolf to throw. Ball is caught. Barnes.
It's going to be short, though.
48, 49 yard. They're going to mark him at the 48.
They're going to be 3 yards short, it looks like.
Yeah, a full 3.
So 4th and 3 for the Riders.
I think you have to go for it here.
I think so, and you've gotten more than 3 yards every time you've run, except for twice, and those didn't go well at all. So,
taking a lot of time to get our personnel, so we're going to have to hurry.
20 seconds on the.
They're going to load the right side up with receivers, it looks like.
12 seconds on the play clock.
All right, let's see if they get it off.
5.
Oh, now we jumped.
Oh.
Now, they drew us, but they didn't go into the neutral zone to do it.
Just smart play.
Flag comes in on Riders 4th down and 3. Riders line up to go for it.
That just didn't look good anyway.
With movement, Riders taking a lot of time, get personnel in, little movement there, 5-yard penalty against the Riders, and the punt unit comes in. Disappointing.
Yeah, because the run game looks good. It's just when it hasn't looked good, it's been for a loss and then haven't been able to get back on schedule. That's happened both drives.
All right, low snap, and the punter gets it away as a nice punt, spiraling punt that's going to bounce at the 30 and right
there's
in
a
the hands
block
of
in the
receiver.
back.
And
That's right in front of you. Come on, ref.
Come on, ref.
And a really good punt and pin the Hornets back inside their 25 with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter, and the Hornets lead 8-0.
When we get to the end of the quarter, we'll go up to the okay. They didn't see the block in the black, but they did get the holding penalty, which somewhere else on the field. That'll back the Hornets up. As I was saying, we'll go up to the Bowles Feed Blimp to get scores, 2 county scores and 2 district scores that are important to us.
I don't know, did they mark 15? He might have caught it. I mean, it was literally right there, right in front of the official. But anyway, so they're going to start deep.
Yeah, that was a good break.
At their own 13-yard line. But it was a 10-yard penalty. They were at the 23. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So here come the Hornets for their second series. 2 receivers either way. Handoff right up the middle. And
nope, it's a fake.
It. And a good move from Richardson to the 35, to the 40, to midfield. Richardson still getting after it. Has broken a couple of tackles, and he's being chased from behind. And the Riders will stop Richardson inside the 10-yard line.
Great hustle play by number 2.
Cooks
saved the touchdown, but man, good blocking downfield after the initial fake.
Well, the initial fake, I mean, Lord have mercy.
All right, with one play, the Hornets are inside the 10-yard line. Now the handoff coming right and into the end zone in 2 plays. The Hornets have their second score of the evening with a 6-yard run.
Hornets pretty good, Rob. Hornets are pretty good on offense. We were expecting lots of passing, and we hadn't really had that. They've thrown it a couple of times.
We hadn't had to.
No, that's right. The run has been effective. Now, not the bludgeon straight ahead run, but the misdirection run has worked just fine.
Athens lines up for their swinging gate 2-point conversion attempt again. And it's a snap and run. And it's a 2-point is good yet again. And Athens goes up 16-0 over the Riders with 1:55 here in the first quarter.
People come to Covington Lumber Building and Supply because they have home construction projects, and one of those Plumbing projects, Covington's got you covered. They have the showers and the tubs to get you started, and they have all the different fixtures and lots of different choices to round out the project. Then they have the tools that you need to make the things happen. It's all yours at Covington Lumber. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
All right, everybody, it's time for yet another Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. That's 3 for them and none for us so far. So
1 to start the game, and then 2 after touchdowns with 2-point conversions, 16-0, late first quarter. Offense really needs to catch fire here.
Ball teed up on the 40-yard line with 1:55 to go in the quarter. Center back inside the 20 and inside the 15. Waiting for the kickoff. And it's a boot in the air, end over end, and the Riders take it on his heels at the 25 and then up to the 30. 35 and tackled around the 38-yard line. Barnes with the return for the Riders, and they'll start between the 35 and 40.
2 back-to-back good returns, but like you said, Mr. Shires, on the Ray Jones keys to the game, got to win first down. And when they have, we've got the first down and kept it moving. But both times there's been a stop or a loss on first down, it's ended up turning it over.
Well, we got an answer here.
In the offset eye, Wolf, handoff, Bluford makes a leap, gets across the line of scrimmage and has a yard, maybe 2, yard and a half, I guess. Second down.
Not exactly a win on first down.
Yeah, I thought he got more than that, but yeah, that's only 2, like maybe 2 yards.
Second down for the Riders. Snap, Wolf back to throw, turns right, throws down.
He's got him.
Got a man on the right, and over the shoulder catch, beautiful from the Riders. Around the Hornets, 24, 23
That's number 7 for us, J.K. Barnes with the big catch.
Hey, beautiful pass, a very good catch. He went up and had to take that from good coverage.
Right over the shoulder. First down, Riders, and maybe the spark they need to move it on in.
Ray Jones, first down.
They're going to give it to Bluford, who
turns
nice forward and then comes left and goes forward again, makes a two great moves, and is inside the 15.
Close to another first down and inside the State Farm.
It is going to
Chris
be a first
Mayfield.
down.
Okay, Ray Jones first down inside the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone.
First down from the, we'll say 14.
Oh.
And this time there is a
again.
wall to hit, and there is nowhere to run for Jeremy Bluford.
And what do you do now?
That's Villegas.
Villegas? Well,
yep.
No way to fault him. There was just nothing left. He took the ball and met some Hornets. Loss of about 3.
No, I think that was
that's
Bluford.
It is Bluford.
Is
yep.
it? Okay.
Yep. It's Bluford. All right. I got my binoculars on it now. And there's Wolf back to pass, throws to the left, has a man in the end zone, but it's well defended. In fact, a little too well. There's 2 flags come in. Pass intended for Cooks, left-hand corner of the end zone, but defender went up for the ball, but unfortunately I think it's up and over the receiver, and they called it. With 19 seconds left, they'll move the Riders probably half the distance in.
This, a little bit of pass spark is what Coach talked about with his offensive goals.
Offensive goals. I think we've established ourselves as a running heavy run team that we've kind of hung our hat on that the last couple of weeks. So we do want to be a little bit more balanced this week. But again, we're going to lean on those big boys up front, those backs that we have to do their thing.
And they have, but on this drive, they've been able to get a little bit of balance he talked about in the pass game.
First and goal from the 2.5 after the interference penalty. Wolf and Bluford. And now we've got a whistle.
That's going to cost us 5.
False start against the Riders. Huh. Okay, from the 2.5.
Counselor,
back them up 5 yards.
We went 2 games, one in August and one in September, with maybe one of those. And then they started, and we haven't gotten past them. The pre-snap penalties.
Well, not only we get them, but we get them at the just worst times.
Yeah,
this was a terrible one to get right here.
Yeah.
All right, so 1st and goal. And now another penalty.
Timeout called by the Rough Riders.
Okay. So, Coach Mallon may have decided they just don't need to bring them over and let's talk about it. So, we'll take a break. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
Everybody, welcome back. The Riders coming out. We had lunch today at Diamond B's.
Yeah.
And I got I had a hamburger steak special with the brown gravy.
Was it good?
It was plate licking good. You got.
That sounds good.
I just had an
want
image.
one of those.
1st down and goal from the 7.5 for the Riders after a timeout.
There's a lot of room to the wide side of the field. To the field, as the Colonel likes to say. See if we can't get out there. Nope, we're going to go inside.
Bluford is trying to find a place to run, but the defense has such good penetration that he was grabbed instantly. In fact, I think they got to him before the ball did.
Yeah, that didn't look right.
2nd goal.
Oh, they were just packed in. Really wish we would have attacked to the field because there was really nobody out there. That's going to do it for the quarter. And I think at this quarter break, we're going to go up to the Bowles Feed Blimp, try to get up with Captain Jay Matney.
We are, in fact. Let's see if he answers.
Hello?
Hey, that's Jay Matney in the Bowles Feed Blimp, which is looking great tonight, by the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I'll bet a lot of money that Jay Matney dressed up as Bevo for Halloween.
Yeah, what are you dressed up as, Captain, in that blimp?
Tonight I am dressed up as Keaton Watlington.
Okay, I'll be sure and tell him. We have.
Does he have that mustache?
Yeah, I hope not.
Yes.
The porn star mustache.
We got 4 games we're covering. What are the scores, man?
We do. We have the Shelbyville Dragons up 7-0 against the Joaquin Rams.
Okay.
The Brownsboro Bears up 3-0 on the Boulder Panthers.
Okay.
And the Carthage Bulldogs are up 21-0 on the Rust Eagles.
Okay.
So a whole lot of zeros on the scoreboard tonight.
No surprise on that one, but Bullard really needs to beat Brownsboro.
Right.
That would upset some things if they
That's
don't.
right. Does Coach Surratt not know that the Eagle's the national bird of the country?
I don't think he cares a bit. Hey, Jay, thank you a bunch. We'll talk to you again at halftime.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
That's Jay Matney in the Bowles Feed Blimp. Bowles Feed, that's got so many things there, Rob, that if you're growing stuff, whether it be plants, whether it be animals, they got lots of stuff. That's where I go for Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
You can take your shoes there to get repaired
That's
too.
right.
I think.
That's right. You can. I have a pair I sure wish they would fix for me.
Meanwhile, back on the field, after a loss on 1st down, it's 2nd down and goal, but it's from the 11-yard line. Riders are trying to punch it in. Easton Wolf scrambles. He wanted to throw. He's just going to scramble.
He's going to get some yards.
He is.
He's going to get close.
Good scramble, Easton.
So scramble, and let me see where they mark him.
Probably I think they're going to put him out at about the 3. I thought maybe he got right to the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out before.
Looks like from the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 2, which is a lot better.
Yeah.
That was a
keep
huge
the penalty out of here.
It was a huge scramble.
Big play. Yep, big play.
2 chances to basically get a 2-point conversion distance.
All right, 3rd down. 3rd and goal. And Wolf's going to keep it again and just plunge forward.
This time they caught him.
And tries to get there. It gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing in the middle. 4th down and goal for the Riders.
Man.
From the 2.
Definitely could get the 3 points, but you really don't want those.
Really not helpful at this point.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
Offsides against.
Hey.
I was offsides.
Well, that'll move half the distance and more importantly, get the down over.
Yeah. That's right. So offsides against the Hornets.
Hey, I didn't see that.
I didn't see
the
flag
movement nor
either.
the flag.
So 3rd and goal.
Of course, you could just line up. They don't have to move. They can just line up in neutral zone.
3rd and goal for the 1.
I really think we should spread it out. You know, three receivers one way, 2 the other, and then maybe try to sneak Wolf through the middle.
All right, out of the shotgun. Wolf gives it to Bluford.
He's
going
to budge it
over
in.
his head. Touchdown, Riders. Jeremy Bluford for the 1.
And they've answered here in the very first part of the first quarter, but Athens keeping the pressure on, going for 2. So 16-6 is good. 16-8 would sure be a lot better. They're lining up in their own version of and they've already snapped it. And up. And did he keep hold of it?
Nope.
Oh.
So the Rough Riders go for 2. They choose a pass. The receiver jumps way up in the air and has the ball in his hands, but on the way down it gets knocked out, and the 2-point is no good. 16-6 here in the second quarter.
Let's have a look at this Bluford bludgeon into the end zone. See, we're going to get it here. He gets stopped initially, but he just lowers his head and bulls his way in for the Rough Riders. And we'll be right back, folks.
Diamond V Cafe on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on the Lord's Day Sunday, 7 until 2. Diamond V Cafe was voted the best breakfast in Shelby County, and that breakfast or dinner menu is available anytime that they're open. So stop on by Diamond V Cafe and visit the Brandons on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson in Center.
So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tires,
I don't think so.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We cut Center Tire short. We'll get them on the next go-around. But here is a Shelby Savings Bank kickoff that we like. And it's a pop-up. It's going to be a fair catch.
At the 35, so one of those things, the pop-ups, limits return, and a potential scuffle that the players themselves break up. And we'll have the Hornets on offense after the Riders. First, Shelby Savings Bank kickoff tonight.
Yeah, it's got to make a stop. So far, Athens has had the ball twice, and they've scored twice, once on a long drive and once on 2-play drive.
16-6, Riders tried to go for 2 and almost had it. Remains 6 points for them. A little catching up to do.
And they snapped the ball on the swinging gate. Center did so fast that really it was a street play. It was like sandlot ball. Quarterback throws to his receiver, and he had one guy on him and was able to knock the ball down.
Yep, well defended.
The officials are talking about something.
Yeah, the Hornets are out there visiting, getting ready, getting set up.
They want their football.
Oh, a sideline infraction against the Hornets, I guess.
No.
And illegal motion on the Rough Riders on the kick. So they're offside.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Hornets. Hornets have 3 receivers on the right and 2 on the left, so they really got the field spread out. 1 back. Snap, fake, quarterback's got it, and he is
I thought he got
sacked.
sacked.
I thought the ball came out, but he is tackled back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Was that General Grant on the stop?
I think it was. He got just enough to make it a no gain.
No, it's a sack. Look, it's on just
that's right.
An inch loss. So we're going to give the General a sack.
General with the sack.
The official stats say sack. All right. On second down.
Second down and 10 plus.
Riders can maintain that kind of defense. Pressure. Disrupt the Hornets' flow of the game. Richardson, quarterback. He and the running back are talking. Now they got a man in motion. And there's a snap, and the quarterback's going to keep it and run right. I'm not sure that was intended. Meanwhile, it's a 3-yard gain. Second down.
I think it was that they were fake. They did the jet sweep motion to the strength of the formation, and then the quarterback kept it. But we did a good job. Our defensive end out there, and I think that might be number 25 for us.
Big moment.
Loud.
Big opportunity on this
third down and 7.
Yeah, third and more than 5. The advantage goes to the defense here. So Rough Rider defense trying to hold for the first time tonight.
Third down and 7. The Hornets getting the play call, taking their time. Man in motion again. Quarterback's going to keep it, trying to find a place to go. Initially, no, and then the Riders are able to come in and make the stop, and it'll be 4th down for the Hornets.
Interesting decision here for Athens.
Yeah, a full 4 yards they got to make. Radney, by the way, on the stop. One of our players of the game last week.
4th and 4. Athens going for it from their own 46-yard line.
Riders need to keep from getting drawn off sides here. Still plenty of time on the play clock for Athens to make any number of shifts.
There's the snap. Fake. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's got the first down.
Boy.
Richardson lowered his head and went right up the middle.
Big, brave play by the Hornets, and they make it happen.
Well, this is starting to be the rule rather than the exception on who runs the football here.
All right, first and fresh set of downs in Rider territory for the Athens Hornets. 8.5 minutes to go in the half, and Athens leads 16-6. Split backs. Fake, quarterback back to throw. Throws in the air, and receiver.
No good.
And the ball don't end up in the same place. Incomplete.
Rider defense was not fooled. Good coverage back there by the secondary.
And there he is again, Cooks.
Secondary improved substantially.
Really did.
Since the start of the year.
Yeah, and it was almost instantaneous. It was. But one game we were worried about the secondary, and then the next game we really weren't.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Here comes some pressure.
Quarterback going to throw
They pick
again,
it up.
Throw in the same place, and same result, incomplete.
Yeah.
Well, that throw was off.
Yeah,
that was not.
That was like he threw that overhanded with no spiral.
Quarterback asking for some kind of penalty and claiming interference. Third down.
Perhaps a defender got in his way.
Perhaps.
He defended?
It happens.
Oh, so this is where we want, because now we can pin our ears back and maybe get some pressure.
3rd and 10. Quarterback making a few changes here to the play.
7 seconds on the play clock.
Here's a snap. Quarterback's going to keep it.
Oh, my.
And he's got 15, 20 inside the 25-yard line. Huge gain.
Yeah.
And a great job on the quarterback draw by the Athens Hornets.
Yeah, when they had problems, the Hornets just call the doctor, and the doctor says, how about a draw, quarterback draw.
Down to the Rider 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets.
Man, he's fast, too.
Snap. And we've got whistles, and there's a flag on the near side here. False start against Athens.
Okay, back them up a bit. But what a big, courageous drive of this Athens team. They've only had, 2 first downs. One came on a 4th and 4. One came on a 3rd and 10. They've been playing big-time ball here in week 9.
All right, 1st and 15 for the Hornets. Snap. That time he does hand it off right up the middle, churning inside the 15-yard line to the 14.
Good tackle by Atkinson, but he wasn't in the kind of place on the field that he could stop for little gain. He prevented the first down, but
he did, just a yard short.
Yeah, going to be 1st and 15. That was a 13, 14-yard game.
All right, on 2nd down, handoff again, trying to
nice
to
play.
go, and a
By
flag comes in, but the general
with the great tackle.
Stop. Yes, and a flag comes in.
It's going to be holding.
Holding
I think we need to take that.
Oh, I think so, yeah. It would have been 3rd and 1, but I think I like the odds better on 2nd and 11.
What a play by the colonel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, by the general.
New title.
He's been big over on that end all year long.
2nd and 11 after the penalty.
Yeah, with all the running that both teams are doing, Wellington, the game is going by quickly.
Going pretty quick. What time is it in the real clock? Oh, yeah.
It's 8:15.
Yeah, 45 minutes into the game, and we're halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Crowded backfield, snap,
boom,
give, and a short gain. So taking the penalty paid off. Now we've got 3rd down and 8.
General Grant again on the stop along with Stonewall Jackson. Radney, number 54.
Actually looks more like 3rd and 10.
Yeah. Second time they faced 3rd and 10, second consecutive drive.
See, will they go to the quarterback draw one more time to the well? No, they're going to throw.
Fakes it. He's going to throw. Looking right across the middle.
Man. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Made it look easy.
They did. At least center said, you're going to have to beat us with something other than the draw. But they did. And what a good offensive set of drives, set of downs for Athens. A 4th and 4 and 2 3rd and 10s. And they scored on one of the 3rd and 10s.
Oh, skinny post right there, right there, right in front of the goal post.
Hornets choose to go for the 1 on the extra point attempt. Kicker punches it through, and it's good. 23-6. Hornets over the Riders. Here in the 2nd quarter, you're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right. Oh, who is that?
That's Rowdy. He looks sad because his friend's got a horse and Rowdy doesn't.
Oh, my. Well, here we go with another Shelby Savings Bank kickoff.
Take it away, Mr. Shires.
All right. So we'll see. They've done a pop-up kick, and they've tried to kick it deep, and they're going to kick it deep again. No, it's going to kick it. It's going to go out of bounds.
Okay.
So the Riders going to get excellent field position here.
It's out of bounds around the 27-yard line. So, yes, they'll
I forget what the rule is now in high school if they don't start. This doesn't have them start at
something
35.
Like maybe you start at the opponent's 4-yard line or something.
Yeah.
Something. I don't remember. That could be soccer. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a corner kick.
The Riders will start at the 33-yard line. 5:55 here in the 2nd quarter. Hornets lead 23-6. Riders have one trip to the end zone. Went for 2 and was broken up.
Once again, Rider offense has to match the score to stay in this thing.
That's right.
Villegas in for the tailback position. Wolf throws, hitch pass in the backfield. Flag comes in, and tackle made immediately. And another flag, late flag.
That first flag is probably going to be offensive pass interference or a hold. Oh, procedure.
Okay. So repeat first down.
Yep.
First down is 15.
Yes.
Yes.
5-yard penalty. First down and 15.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Villegas in the backfield. Receiver either side. Handoff of Villegas picking his hole. Stutter steps. Makes it to the 35, up to the 36-yard line.
Great gain.
Yep.
Erases the penalty and gets
About
another 4 yard,
Yeah,
3 or
about
4
8
yards.
yards, second and 7.
Yeah, he was stopping real quick to make a cut. Good pursuit from behind. A hustle tackle from Athens.
Easton Wolf back to pass. He's going to tuck it and try to run. Broke a tackle. Turns the right-hand corner to the 45, 46-yard line. And enough to move the sticks.
Hey, Ray Jones first down on what was a scramble.
First down for the Riders at their own 46-yard line. Uh-oh.
See that? The receiver took off.
Well, everybody, two or three linemen went to.
What's the
Quarterback
deal there?
clapped his hands, and folks moved. Now let's see what Mr. Whitehat says.
It's definitely going to be on us.
Yep.
Over there, by the way, is the Athens band. And over here, fresh from the state UIL marching contest, the Center High School band. East Texas Automotive will bring us that during the Farmer State Bank halftime show. They did not place, but they did well, and they finished ahead of some of the bands that we always struggle to finish ahead of. So they were kind of proud of that, and a overall successful trip to McLean Stadium in Waco. That's part of the Farmer State Bank halftime. Then Camp Uwani brings us our halftime analysis with the Colonel, Matt Gregory, the lower-ranking member of his family now.
Yeah.
And then we will have up close and personal with Daniel Flores Garcia, who will be running in about 12 hours in the cross-country meet in Round Rock tomorrow, representing the Rough Riders. All coming up on the Farmer State Bank halftime.
After the penalty, the Riders face first and 15 yet again. Wolf gives to Villegas.
Oh, there's a huge hole.
And he's got a huge hole. Flag comes in.
Man.
That may be a reason why that hole was there. We'll check and see.
Crud. That
We've
was
got
nice.
a run of penalties.
Face mask
Personal foul, face mask against the Riders.
Ooh.
Well, that's a huge penalty because the Riders were at first and 15. That's a face mask penalty.
It's going to be first and 30 now.
Yeah, that's a drive kill.
10, 15.
It's kind of hard to do. I guess if you're blocking, you accidentally get your hand up too high. And
all right. So a rare first down and 30, folks. Here with 4:54 in the second quarter.
Snapping from the 26, got to get to the 44.
And Villegas with the run. Makes it up close to the 30-yard line. Tackle just shy of it.
Yeah.
So not much gain.
Got to get us
second down.
Some big chunk.
Have to go to the air.
The problem is, right, the Riders do not get the ball to start the second half. Athens does.
Right.
So.
And if they don't get this first down, they give Athens a chance to score again with plenty of time to do it. 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
Villegas remains in the backfield on second down and forever. Wolf back to pass.
Oh, no.
Looking under pressure, scrambling, and just really throws it away.
Good
Had
idea.
a miscommunication on the offensive line. They let one of the defensive ends just go.
Third down.
So I heard there's a flag on the play. Let's see.
It's against Athens. Holding, and that's a first down, isn't it?
Defensive holding.
Wow.
Against Athens.
An unlikely and very fortuitous Ray Jones first down by yellow flag. My goodness. Only 5 yards forward.
10 in high school.
Okay. But way short of the flag for the first down.
Yep.
But, gosh.
But it moves the chains.
Moves the chains.
All right, trips to the right this time. And one.
Riders load up the right side, 1st and 10. Quick pass. Barnes has it at the 40 to the 45. Out of bounds close to midfield. Nice quick pass, quick catch. 2nd down.
Yeah, and real close to the first down there. In fact, yeah.
About a yard short.
A couple good blocks by the wide receivers out there to spring him.
This time they're going to run it up the middle. And it's Villegas. Look like they're marking it 1st down.
Yeah, that's another Ray Jones first down. Needed about 1, got 1.5. Ball right on the nose of midfield.
I mean, this is good. We're taking time. And if we can take time and go down and score, then we'll be in business.
Twins in the game, 2 receivers either way. Wolf back to pass. Looking, throwing across the middle. And led Barnes a little bit too much. 2nd down.
Good pass protection that time by the offensive line. They got it blocked up and gave Wolf time to throw.
Second and 10 for the Riders from midfield. 3 receivers on the right. Handoff coming right. That's Bluford. Nowhere to go.
He made one guy miss, but then there were 3 others behind him.
That's right. Loss of a couple on the play. 3rd down and 12.
Remember, Coach Brown talked about the fact that Athens had 2 really good defensive ends.
Yeah.
That really makes running off tackle a challenge. And we saw it right there.
3rd and 12 with trips right. Wolf wants to pass. Throws it in the backfield to Bluford. Bluford has it, pulls it in, but nowhere to go. Well defended by Athens.
Yeah.
And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to move the chain at all. So you really need a great punt here.
Senior Pablo Huichapa comes in to punt the ball. Hill stands at his 35-yard line.
Yeah, as punts go, this is one of the more important ones. Not just the quality of the punt, but the hopefully no return. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to try to keep Athens out of the end zone.
Low snap, bounces to the punter. He picks it up and gets a nice one away. It's going to bounce at the 21 and then takes a rider bounce, and the Riders will down it inside the 15.
That's 2 we've had kind of low like that, and Huichapa's done a good job. Yeah. I'm worried that sometimes that he goes down. I just don't want his knee to be on the ground when he fields it. It's awful close.
Yeah, it's true. That would be that if it happened. Their ball right there.
First, we had him pinned back here one time like this before, and that quarterback draw
Athens has had pretty good field position a couple of times, and they've turned those good field positions into long, methodical drives. But the only time they've had poor field position, that was their 2-play score.
Yep.
Rough Riders need to make sure that doesn't happen now. 2:06 to go until halftime.
6 seconds to go before we have the 2-minute warning.
All right, Athens ready to go here. Snap. Quarterback keeps it on a fake and now just has to chunk it. He didn't throw it. He chunked that ball because he was under a lot of pressure in the backfield. Rider had defense really did a good job with pressure, incomplete.
See, I'm trying to figure out. I was waiting for him to turn to see who that was. Is that 12? Is that 16 or 12 or is that 15? That's
not sure, but it was good pressure. And it's the 2-minute warning with 1:59 to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire. Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff.
You're watching the Athens Hornets take on the Center Rough Riders. Live from the Haunted Horseshoe on Halloween.
All right, and here's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to go right up the middle. And
Richardson with a pretty good run, but he's tackled and stopped by Atkinson just shy of the 20-yard line.
Atkinson did a good job because he was about to toss him down, but the whistle had not blown. I can't believe they were.
Yeah.
I mean, because if Atkinson puts him down, it's not like they can blow. I don't think they'll penalty because they didn't blow the whistle.
Didn't blow the whistle. Yeah, it's but Richardson caught a break.
Yeah.
Third about 4, just shy of the 20-yard line. Clock minute 25 here in the half. Going to hand off, coming right up the middle.
Oh, they got him stopped. It's going to be 4th down.
That's right. Shut that down.
Now, Riders we should call a
with the
timeout
run.
here.
So it's 4th down and a yard.
They're going to go.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. They hadn't had a problem with it so far.
Surely
so
they're just going to draw
down.
us offside. No, they're
Quarterback's going to take the snap, and he's going to run, and he's got it more. Richardson up to the 39-yard line.
Boy, we needed. That's what we needed, a stop right there.
Would have been nice. Clock ticking down to 48 seconds.
With the 4th down run, the Hornets get a fresh set of downs. 2 receivers on the right. Quarterback rolls right. Richardson looking down the field, looking back left, throws back left. Kind of a little screen pass trying to set it up, but incomplete, fell away, under some pressure. 2nd down.
35 seconds.
All right, that was well defended. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a kind of a throwback screen play.
I think it was.
But the Riders had it very well defended. Well, now would be a great time for a turnover.
It really would, because you're not only looking at stopping this drive, but you're right. Athens gets the ball to begin the half, already up 2 touchdowns.
All right, Mr. Whitehead says, let's go.
They had to decide whether that was an incomplete pass or not.
1st down. Sorry, 2nd down. Snap. Fake.
The statue, the fake
Quarterback's
Statue of
got
Liberty.
it. And
he
threw it to number 5, who juggled it and brought it in. And complete, big 1st down. About 16 yards.
That was the fake statue. That was the Statue of Liberty. He fakes the handoff and then throws it to the guy that he
puts the
double fake to.
Statue of Liberty on scaffolding. And I'm real excited that I kept it in my screen. It was not easy to do.
All right, 25 seconds. They still have to get a big chunk play to even get into field goal range here.
Athens leads 23-6.
Absolutely imperative the Riders keep them from scoring.
Richardson back
here's
to
a tunnel
throw,
screen.
and he's got a nice screen, and it's caught and drugged down. Number 5 with the reception, Julius Brewer for Athens, and a big 1st down into the red zone.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
Oh, holding. Oh,
okay.
Well-timed penalty there.
Well, that helps because
bring it back.
Right now it's still nominally a 2-score game, although it's 2-point conversions come into play. Down by 23. But you're right, Shires. Even a field goal turns that into a 3-score game, and Athens with the ball to begin the half. So, yeah, huge defensive stand and fortuitous penalty.
After the holding call, it's 1st and 20 for Athens. Moves them back into their own side of the field at the 46-yard line.
Biggest call of the game.
15 seconds to go in the half.
That may be the
Timeout.
Dairy Queen play of the half.
Yeah, right. Well, timeout. Hornets want to get it figured out.
Shall we take one as well?
I think we shall.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
All right, everybody, welcome back here. 15 seconds to go. Athens pushed back to their side of the field. 46-yard line is going to be 1st down and 20.
Trips to left for the Hornets. Richardson going to just think about it and keep it. He's going to head straight to the 40. Hit at the 30 and tackled inside the 30-yard line.
Oh.
Wow, that lots of extracurriculars.
Yeah. No flags, though.
Timeout Athens. It's their 3rd one.
Well, it gives me a chance to say thank you to the Forge on the square, helping keep Rough Riders everywhere strong. Everybody in Shelby County has a chance to work out at the Forge. Thank you, Dan Bercollum on the square. And a big thank you to Rough Rider Oil and Lube on Hurst Street. Keep your car healthy. You got to give it the attention it needs. You get that right there in the middle of town. Hurst Street, Rough Rider Oil and Lube.
So if Athens decides to run a play with 6 seconds left, they're going to have to go to the end zone.
Yeah, just left their timeout. They get the clock stopped if it's a 1st down, but they don't get it stopped long. It would be hard to run the play, get the 1st down, get down there in time to clock it, all in 6 seconds.
No, I mean, they're going to have to go to the end zone or or throw something and get out of bounds.
Or just line up and kick a 45-yard field goal.
Big 1st down run by the quarterback, Richardson.
They've got I watched their kicker warming up. They've got a good kicker, but I think this might be a little far for him.
And they are getting 2 more seconds put on the clock.
We got 8 seconds on the clock.
That makes a big difference.
It does.
1st down.
Yo.
All right, a little shifting in the backfield. Snap, quarterback back to throw. Richardson looking right, throwing. Has a receiver on the sideline. Catches it out of bounds with 3 seconds left.
Or you can make a perfect out pattern, catch the ball, get a foot down, and go out of bounds, save the time, and set up that field goal.
All right, so it's a 1st down, and they bring in the field goal unit.
That's a veteran team playing right there, y'all.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be 32 yards, it looks like.
Field goal attempt
33 yards.
The Hornets. Ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line.
And Rough Riders going to ice them a little bit.
The Riders call their second timeout.
What's coming up at the half, Chris Wallace?
Well, the award-winning Center High School band, the number 10 band in the state, as it turns out in the world of military marching, they're going to perform, but they'll perform second before they come out, brought to you by East Texas Auto Motor and the Shelby County Sweethearts. Chaparrals, brought to you by Dr. Anna Shirley. And we will hear from our cross-country runner and the Borders Poultry Supply up close and personal. Before all that, we'll pick the Dairy Queen play of the first half, and the Colonel, Matt Gregory, will come up and give a little halftime analysis brought to you by Cam Puwani. It's a crowded, very busy Farmer State Bank halftime show, but we've got a very big field goal here. That's 23-6. Well, what is that? That's a 17.
Yeah, 17 point. So this could make it 20.
It's already a two-score game.
Yes.
A three-score game in it. So, yeah, this
high snap, but they
it's no
get the field goal off. And
it's
I think
no good.
Nope.
Wide left.
Wide left. Field goal attempt from the 23 is no good. And it brings us halftime where it's 23-6. The Athens Hornets over the Center Rough Riders.
All right, we'll get ready for the Farmer State Bank. I said that right. Farmer State Bank halftime show coming up next.
You're watching the Athens Hornets take on the Center Rough Riders. Live from the Haunted Horseshoe on Halloween.
Tammy Steptoe is where realty becomes reality. How do you know? Every time there has been a reader's favorite contest of the Light and Champion, they've won it. Whether it's your modest home you're looking for, or maybe a slightly less modest home, or your dream home, Tammy Steptoe has it. Or maybe it's a lakeside getaway or property to start all over. You need to trust the ladies at Tammy Steptoe Realty and Center.
Welcome, everyone. The first half is over, so now it's time for the Farmer State Bank halftime show. East Texas Auto Motor brings us the performance of the Center High School Band after its performance at state contest in Waco. Then Dr. Anna Shirley presents the Shelby County Sweetheart Chaparrals. The Colonel, Matt Gregory, brings us halftime analysis brought to you by Camp Puwani Youth Camp. And then finally, Borders Poultry Supply gets us up close and personal with the maestro, Daniel Flores, the day before he goes to state cross-country contest. And now, Hollywood's original Michael Myers, your host, Rob Payne.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Farmer State Bank halftime show, live from the ranch, where it's Shires, Payne, and Watlington in the booth. Oh, yeah, and Gregory, too. And you can look forward to that, but he's eating some gumbo right now. So, well, we've got a first half of football, 23-6. It's really been a lot of Athens and not much of the Riders in the first half. And but the Riders did get a nice run score into for the touchdown. We've got a play of the half for the Center Rough Riders. What are you thinking, Mr. Shires?
Well, we batted various things around. We batted the Bluford touchdown where he bludgeoned his way into the end zone.
Right.
We talked about the holding call that negated the huge tunnel screen, which would have led to it could have been at least 26, if not 30-6.
Yep.
But I think we settled on the over-the-shoulder catch made by Barnes.
The beautiful pass from Easton Wolf, and then over the shoulder to Barnes on the sideline was early in the ball game, but a shining moment of the Riders' offense in the first half of the game. And I think you're right. Let's just name that the Dairy Queen play of the half.
That sounds good to me.
Speaking of Dairy Queen, this time of year, I'm thinking if it has chili on it, that's what you get. A chili fries, chili cheeseburger, Frito pie.
That's right.
Maybe just say, I just want
a chili.
What if you just hold your hands out in a cup and say, would y'all just put some chili in my hands?
Or just open it up and let them ladle it in. I don't know. What about, I mean, you wouldn't want a chili blizzard, though.
Well, I mean, I haven't asked for one.
Might be good.
Mr. Collard, have you had a chili blizzard? At Dairy Queen?
I have not.
Okay, well then, and that's a CHILI type.
Right.
Yeah. No?
Not a CHILLY.
I'm afraid if you turned it upside down, it would.
All right, folks, the Dairy Queen play of the half, the over-the-shoulder catch. Check in with Chris Watlington.
Yeah, I had a chili dog. You know, on Halloween I used to.
That's bad news for everybody in the press box.
Yeah, so I had one for lunch, so we'll be at home. All right, we're calling now to the blimp. I want to check in on some scores around the area from Captain Jay Matney, I presume.
Yes, sir.
What's going on up there?
Well, not much. We just we spent most of the second quarter traveling across North America to go watch the World Series. So.
Well, okay, I noticed that you did leave after the first quarter report. I wonder where you were going to the World Series. What's the score there? Do you know? I guess you're following it.
Yes. The Dodgers are leading 3-1 in the sixth inning.
Okay.
So it's been a pretty quiet game,
but it's been a good series, hasn't it?
It has. It's been great.
And then in the world of East Texas football, what's going on with the game following?
Yeah. So we have Carthage with a 56-point lead at halftime.
Okay.
56-0 over the Rusk Eagles.
Beat them as bad as they want to.
Yeah. And then we have Brownsboro came back and took the lead. They're up 10-7 over Bullard.
That's something. That will affect Bullard as the number 4 seed presumptive now, but if they lose to Brownsboro, who hasn't won a district game, that'll mess everything up. That puts the whole district in the blender.
Yep. And then we have the Joaquin Rams are up 14-10 over the Shelbyville Dragons at halftime.
That's about right. I think Joaquin was picked by 1 point. That was supposed to be a close one. Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, those were the scores we were curious about. Jay, thank you so much. And we're going to be able to have your services next week when we travel to Rusk?
So what was that, sir?
We're going to be able to travel with us next week to Rusk and be in the
Of course, right. of course.
Great.
I look forward to it.
Looking forward to it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's the Batters Law Firm halftime scoreboard live from the Bowles Feed Blimp. I love it when everything works right. All right. We'll hear from Dairy Queen, who brought us the play of the game. We'll be back with some halftime analysis brought to you by Camp Uwani and the Colonel, Matt Gregory, after this.
Father, for lunch today, I would like a salad.
Father, for lunch, I'd like one of those American cheeseburgers.
I'm a vegetarian.
Cheeseburger. That's what I need.
Father.
Oh, when everyone in your family thinks they're royalty, take them someplace where they could all get something good. Dairy Queen.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters. These Pineywood sponsors back our county teams. First National Bank in Tenaha backs the Tigers. Kay's Hardware in Joaquin backs the Rams. Rancho Grande in Timpson says go Bears. And Sandy Creek Land Enhancement is backing the Dragons. They support our county teams, and they also back the Riders.
Hi, And thanks for our platform sponsors, bringing you both Rough Rider and Piney Woods football live streams.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've made it clear to Rob Payne that there is a bar he's not meeting. Let this serve as a case in point.
I want to thank our sponsors, Porticool, Sandy Cox State Farm, and Batters Law Firm. They bring all the county fall sports to NETSN. Moving on to our next section in the Farmer State Bank halftime show. We have talent in the press box. Matt Gregory is here, and he's going to bring us some halftime analysis, and it's sponsored by Camp Uwani, where a better youth arises.
And the fun never sets, Rob.
You know, Camp
evidently doesn't set in the
Uwani.
press box either with your headsets on.
Camp Uwani, what a tremendous place, and a great
Outstanding
philosophy from the beginning. Mr. Adams' philosophy was to hire some quality young folks, young adults, and then get camper-age kids around them to have a great time in a pristine outdoor atmosphere. And the traditions that started in 1965 have continued through today. If you're looking for a place for your children to go and to have a wonderful time and grow in lots of different ways,
Hey, you know what, Rob
Camp
Payne?
Uwani.
You know what any life coach or personal trainer will tell you? 3 ways to get energy. One is to exercise your faith. The other is exercise your body. And the third is to get out in nature. You can get all 3 at Camp Uwani.
That's it.
You can get all 3 right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Gregory.
Yep. And that was an example of real talent, you know.
Yeah. I'm assuming they've installed the mobile phone chargers in the cabins down there.
Under no circumstances will that ever happen.
Sorry, man.
We're fighting. We're not even going to put air conditioning in those cabins because the summer nights in the woods are just fine.
They are terrific. All right, well let's turn to the game. What do we need to do, Colonel, to stop that quarterback draw that they're running?
Man, we just got to be on point with our assignments. It's all about. We talked last week about the fit.
Yeah.
If we're fitting up, we're going to be in good shape. You know, and I did notice on that last long run he had that there was right. You got to point it out because it would have affected the play that one of our kids was getting bear hugged, and the quarterback ran right by it. It would have been a 2-yard gain. Granted, the kid makes the tackles. That's a very, very talented kid running the ball.
Yes.
But things like that, but we've got to fit up, and then we've got to rally to the football.
Yep.
Because even if there is one, as long as he's there, and if he's getting held, that we're rallying to the football, we've got options.
There's others, yes. Just talk about offensively. At times we've been able to run the football really well.
Right. You're exactly right. We got to get in a rhythm. It seems like we're running plays. You know what I mean? Instead of being in a rhythm and setting things up and running things off other things, it looks like we're just kind of running plays, and that's just a game flow thing. And the kids got to get in a rhythm.
And obviously that's what we got to do in the second half.
On the other side of the field, watching Athens, these kids in the same system for several years, they are running their system.
Yes.
And they know what's next. They know what to do, and that they are in a rhythm. We're doing a good job for the most part getting them out of the rhythm. We just big explosive plays. We got to shut those down, be fitted up on our gaps, not leave the middle of the field open, and we'll be all right.
Yep. Well, I talked about having success early, and I think we've done that several times.
Right.
They've been able to bust these huge runs.
Yep. I watched their game against Kaufman. Kaufman, a 5A team that currently is 2-6 on the season, beat Athens 14-13 and pretty much stifled their offense, and they did it just with 4 down linemen and disrupting their rhythm. And it was, and I believe we have better personnel up front than what Kaufman brought with. So we just got to get settled in, make sure we're playing disciplined football. I know Coach Hubbard's got a great plan. The kids just got to be in the right spots at the right time, and they need to beat their man.
Well, you ever consider some kind of spy or something? Is that something that?
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of the plan. I'm sure that there's somebody accounting for the quarterback.
Right.
We just got to make sure that we're not getting blocked, or we're keeping blockers off of them and playing our gaps and being where we're supposed to be, kind of thing, and not getting double teamed and pushed around the field. That we're staying our ground, we're corkscrewing, pressing, and doing all those things.
Yep. All right, well, that sounds good. One last thing. I don't know if you saw this or not, but number 15 got a promotion tonight. He is now.
I've heard that.
He is now the General Grant.
It's been brought to my attention on multiple occasions that he now ranks higher than me, and you always want your kids to achieve a higher station in life, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
We'll call this the first step.
All right, well, very good. Well, Colonel, as always, it's a pleasure. Look forward to. I guess you'll be with us in Rusk next week in the box.
I look forward to it. That's the first I heard about him. I look forward to being there. And I do want to give a shout-out to Marvin Rushing, head coach Marvin Rushing, and the Cass Tech technicians for an outstanding season.
All right, very good.
Yep.
That's a salute. So we'll hear from Capuani and come back to be the Center Rough Rider Band.
The following fine sponsors back our area teams all season long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Portacool, keeping you cool with the new Apex series. And Sandy Cox State Farm, your county-wide good neighbor.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Center High School Twirlers. Again, this is the Center High School Band brought to you by East Texas Auto Motor. The official auto repair shop for the Center Rough Rider Radio team. All right, that's the Center High School Twirlers as they get in place and the band gets ready to march. We will hear from East Texas Auto Motor and Eric Mendoza.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North.
And now, presenting the pride of Shelby County, the award-winning Center High School Marching Band.
Everyone, that's the pride of Shelby County, First Division, award-winning marching band, the Center High School marching band, under the direction of Director Smith. Another successful year. We're here from East Texas Automotive. When we come back, it'll be the Sweethearts of Shelby County up next.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North.
And now, enjoy the CHS Chaparrals.
This is the office of Dr. Anna Shirley. This is Dr. Anna Shirley. Along with Dr. Nicole Fishbeck and their amazing staff, it's easy to see why they were voted best in Nacogdoches. From the modern exam rooms to their comfortable lobby, when you're at Dr. Anna Shirley's office, it feels like home.
All right, everybody, it's time for the Chaparrals to come perform here tonight. Get them lining up.
And now entering the field, the Sweethearts of Shelby County, the Center High School Chaparrals. Chaparrals sponsors are Courtney Bauman and Jennifer Fossett. The Chaparrals were led tonight by Senior Captain Kiara Henson, Junior Lieutenant Madison Crawford, Junior Lieutenant Autumn Bennett, Sophomore Lieutenant Harmony Berry, Senior Lieutenant Mariah Edwards, and our seniors, Alondra Contreras, Angelica Garcia, and Taylor Wilbur. The Chaparrals would also like to give a special thank you to their managers this year, Senior Hope Herring, Senior Bree Say, Jocelyn Stewart, and Lily Creel. Thank you, ladies. This week's Chaparral of the Week, Senior Mary Cobb. Tonight, the girls will be performing a jazz routine to the song Showstopper.
Everybody, this is Sweethearts of Shelby County. And brought to you by Dr. Shirley, which brings us our Chaparrals. It's now time for our Brewers Up Close and Personal, brought to you by Borders Poultry Supply. So we sit down and talk to our cross-country runner and maestro on the soccer field, Daniel Flores.
Okay, everybody, I'm here with the maestro. Tell everybody what place you got at regional.
I got 6th place.
Out of how many?
176 runs.
Okay, 176 run. He beats 170 of them. So that's really cool. You're going to state, yes?
Yes, sir.
Where will that be?
And Round Rock.
That's right. I remember that. Okay, so hey, class, everybody give him a round of applause, would you? Hey, Jonathan, he's your buddy, right? Yeah. You know him, yeah. Jonathan knows you. Okay, so before a race, tell me about that.
Just trying to get focused before a race.
How do you do that?
Just get my mind ready for the race.
But how do you do that?
Do
you listen to music, or are you?
Yeah, listen to music on the bus.
Okay.
Before I get to the race.
And then you get there, and I guess you stretch and warm up. Tell me the last 5 minutes before they say on your mark, say go. What happens?
Just stretching, doing warm-ups, keep my legs ready.
Okay. Going to Round Rock for state. Have you been before?
No, sir.
Was this a goal of yours to get to state?
Mm-hmm.
Was it one you thought you'd make? So when is state?
Next Saturday.
Will you change anything in your training between now and then?
No, keep my training the same.
Well, congratulations. Your time, you told me, was a personal best at regional. What was the time?
16:18.
You ran 5 kilometers in just over 16 minutes. Let's give him another round of applause. That's pretty fast right there.
When you need supplies for your poultry farm, remember Borders Poultry Supply on Highway 87 South here in Center. The folks at Borders Poultry are ready to help you with parts for your brooders, chore time and rock cell feeders, and new drinker systems. Do you need a new incinerator? Are you ready for a new litter barn or compost shed? Do you need some updates on your poultry farm? Call 598-6297. Borders Poultry Supply, builders of quality poultry houses.
All right, everybody, thank you to our halftime sponsors. Of course, it's the Farmer State Bank halftime show, so it wouldn't be that without Farmer State Bank. Thanks to Borders Poultry, we just heard from Elite Hair Design, East Texas Automotor, Campuani, and Anna Shirley Dental. That concludes our Farmer State Bank halftime show. We'll be right back with the second half and the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff right after this.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmer State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
All right, here we go. It's time for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff.
Mr. Counselor, what about keys to the second half?
I think we heard from Colonel Gregory. Got a fill. And it's going to be a deep kick.
So the Hornets return it from their own 3-yard line. And
a nice
get back
stop
to the 25.
Fill what?
Got to fill the gaps completely, and and obviously somebody's got to be responsible for the quarterback.
Right.
On the.
I heard you ask him, Colonel, you think we need to spy him?
He said that may be very well part of the defensive plan. Oh, you still have?
I still have a little here, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to pop one pepper.
Ceremoniously
Man, how
pop
times
the pepper.
have
I'll do
changed.
that, yeah.
I'm still got about half.
There we go. I got
left.
mine.
There you go. All right. Popping a pepper in the second half. Remember, folks at home, you pop a pepper with us for a delicious beverage from the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets to open the second half, where they lead 23-6.
I've got a thought on that.
2 backs. We're going to run the ball.
Uh-oh.
Come to the right. Got a little room to run. 5 yards. Second down.
No, Chris Wellington, you're exactly right on something.
What's
I
that?
mean, I love Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero better than regular Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
However, you were correct that Dr. Pepper Zero just don't quite get it done.
It's just not the same.
It doesn't have all 23 flavors in it.
Well, we started doing this back in the 90s. We'd drink a Dr. Pepper on the way to the game, 2 during the game, on the way back. Now I get about halfway through one, I get the shakes. I go to the bathroom. Hey, you pop it. I don't think I want to pop the second half one.
Brewer with a 5-yard run to open the second half of the Hornets. Come up second down. 2 receivers on the left, 1 back. They're going to fake it and throw it. Ball is mishandled.
Slow.
Right there, mishandled at the 45-yard line. 3rd down.
Problem is he's wide open.
Yeah.
Just not a good throw.
Really, the throwing has not been all that world class from Athens. The quarterback managing the game and running, especially with that well-constructed draw, has been the difference.
Yeah. That quarterback for Athens is fast.
3rd and 5.
What's his name?
Richardson.
David Richardson.
Richardson looking to throw again, and on the slant, it is in and out of the hands, bounces off the receiver, it appears to, 4th down.
So go for it on 4th down. They're bringing punters in?
Yep.
Well, hey.
So a lot of advantage taking the ball to start the second half, and the Rider defense is there, but this time
that's huge.
The Hornets kind of self-destruct, although now there was good coverage on that 3rd down pass. Riders had really good defense was there, so we certainly don't take anything
We don't have to say about the pass. 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Punter comes in for the Hornets. Riders ought to end up with fair field position here.
First time we've seen him tonight.
All right. Punter takes a line drive punt.
It's going to be a good statistical punt.
Yep, it's going to bounce at the 30, and they're going to down it right around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I couldn't even find it. Yeah, but
it never went over about 8 feet in the air, but it was.
Kudos to the Rough Rider defense. They hold Athens to no score for the first time the whole half at the end of the half, and then 3 and out to start the half, and that was the fear. We're down already 17 points.
Yeah.
That's more than 2 scores. Surely they're going to score again, but they didn't. And so the Rough Riders have a chance to claw right back into it.
We'll see the Rough Rider offense for the first time here in the second half, 10:46 in the third quarter.
Man, I'd love to see one of them clean blocks and Bluford just take it to the house.
I would like that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Payne.
Wolf and Bluford in the backfield.
Boy,
here we go. On first down, Bluford to the right. Trying to turn the corner, trying to find some room to the 25, to the 27-yard line, maybe 28.
Did you just hear that? With no band during their break and no music, the 5 seconds before that snap, you could have heard a pin drop.
It's really quiet in the stadium this evening.
It's kind of bizarre.
I noticed that earlier.
All right. After a 6-yard run, second down and 4 for the Riders. Defense looks like they're coming here. Low snap. Wolf just has to fall on it. He tried to scoop it up, but he couldn't find it. Finally found it and just fell on top of it.
I was about to say on that first play, that was a pedestrian-looking play, but we got 6.
Yeah.
But now we gave almost all of it back.
We did. Back to third down and 10. That is unfortunate.
Up to this point, those plays have been, pre-snap penalties.
Yep.
But that was just a good old-fashioned miscue.
All right. On third and 10, Bluford shifts to the other side of Wolf. Looking to throw and scrambling. Under pressure, Wolf is having to scramble and cast it away as he's falling down to the ground. Incomplete. Fourth down Riders. Both teams unable to move the ball in each of their opening series of the second half, and the punt team comes in.
What a great
Are they going to say he was down?
They're calling him down.
Oh, wow.
So now the Riders, rather than punting up around the 23, they're going to punt around from the 12-yard line.
Took away my comment. What a great play to avoid the sack, but his knee hit the ground before he got the ball out of his hands. Well, that's a pretty big play. That's
punter standing in the end zone for the Riders.
The return guys not well on this side of the 50.
Timeout. I kept hearing it. Looked like maybe a little confusion on the punt setup, so the Riders call timeout here in the third quarter.
And when you're behind by 17, that's going to be costly.
All right, we'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
Farmers State Bank, un nombre que conoces y en que puedes confiar. Somos sus vecinos y compañeros comunitarios. Estamos comprometidos a cumplir sus necesidades financieras, proveyendo soluciones bancarias para sus préstamos, hipotecarios, comerciales o personales. Con 120 años de servicio a nuestra comunidad, somos parte de sus rodeos, hipotecas y festivales locales. Queremos que sepas que estamos aquí para ayudarte. Visítenos en fsbctx.bank o ven a vernos hoy. Farmers State Bank. Mejorando vidas y cumpliendo sueños.
All right, so here's the punt. This is critical. We cannot have an error here.
After the timeout, snap a little bit low. Short punt. It's going to fair catch at the 36.
So Athens wins the field position battle here.
Yeah, that's a big win.
It is
just about where the Rough Riders had to get for their first down that we punted to. Hey, defense, you want a challenge? Stop on a third time.
Yeah.
From the 36.
Hornets second possession of the second half. 8:40 here in the third quarter, and the Hornets lead 23-6.
Like a critical series here for both teams.
Richardson in the shotgun. Hands the ball off. Back. starts to the middle, doesn't find anything, cuts it to the left a little bit, still nothing there. And Kaiser goes down at the 35.
To this point, the difference in the game, quarterback runs.
That's right.
Their running backs have had a couple of nice moments, but for the most part, it's been like that.
Yep. Barnes comes up from the safety position along with Atkinson, makes a stop. It's only a 2-yard gain, so victory riders on that one.
All right. The give on the jet sweep coming around the right side, and that's a well-done play for a first down and more. That's about a 12-yard play.
Our enforcement needed to come off the block and try to push that back inside. We were unsuccessful, so a very good play there. It sets up first down and 10 just outside the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone.
Hornets with a new set of downs. Quarterback's going to keep it this time. He goes right, comes left, headed to the end zone, still on his feet, and just across the pylon for a touchdown. The third one tonight for the Hornets.
Man, he moves.
I'm sorry.
He moves just as quickly laterally as he does vertically.
Yeah,
that's just impressive.
He outran the containment, didn't he?
Yeah.
Fourth score for the Hornets. The first couple of them, they lined up for a 2-point conversion and made it. This time they bring the kicker in. They made one extra point tonight. They missed a field goal. So the Hornets setting up for the extra point attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. All right, tax one more. 30-6 is the score here. Athens over Center. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Everybody, it's time for a Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. Unfortunately, from Athens.
Yeah, they've done most of the night.
Kick it from right to left. Riders are back. Deep man at his own 13-yard line. Straight ahead on kick. Fielded at the 30-yard line to the 35. Return man has about a 7-yard return.
And that's between the 30 and 40s where all the drives have started tonight after those kickoffs. So well done on the special teams end of it.
Right. That was senior Bracaden Robinson with the fielding of that kick.
What?
I was about to say Riders need to have a string together a nice drive here. They need a big score.
Yeah.
I mean, they need a quick score, get it on down the field.
Quick would be better than long drive, but long drive would be better than not scoring, right?
Yeah.
If it's a 24-point difference, that's a 3-score game if you score 3 in a row and get the 2-point conversions. Athens has really put the Rough Riders in a deep hole, but you got to start climbing out of it now.
Wolf and Bluford. Pitch to Bluford. Bluford grabs it and crosses the 40. It's out of bounds around the 41-yard line.
It looked like I was hoping for a face mask.
Yeah, he's one of the 43, so that's a good 4 or 5, almost 5-yard gain there on first down. We'll take that.
But didn't get out of bounds.
All right, second down.
They got a lot of guys playing up into the box.
Handoff again. Up to the 45-yard line.
I thought there was a face mask on that call.
Yeah.
That play.
And that was Villegas who is in for a nice run for the Riders, 3rd and 2.
Folks at the press box to my left making the same comment. Starting to hear a little bit of yelling from the stands. What about the face mask?
On 3rd down and 2.
But it's still eerily quiet, graveyard quiet, if you will.
Handoff to Villegas again, who weaves his way to a first down, crosses midfield.
Keeps weaving.
And into Hornets territory. Nice run.
A bit like those COVID games when early in that COVID season there was no crowd.
Ray Jones Chevrolet first down.
Yeah, that was still a surreal time.
Yeah, but this has the same surreal sound
Yeah.
to it.
Snap, throw to the left.
There we go.
Ball's caught. Nice play for the Riders.
Out to number 7, J.K. Barnes.
Hey, he's having a
great game.
9-yard play.
He's having a player of the game kind of play.
Yeah, I thought he had more than that, honestly.
Yeah, I did too.
But it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Yep.
I kind of like 2nd and 1.
6:14 in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 1 for the Riders from the Hornets' 39-yard line.
We got a problem. How much time? We got plenty of time on the play clock. A rider coming off. He actually got hurt a couple plays ago and toughed it out.
Maybe a cramp here. All right, here's a snap.
It just didn't look good. It didn't look right.
It's a run into the middle.
Oh, we might got it. They're going to say we're short. It's really close. Really, really, really close. We only needed a half a yard. And
now, where they're standing, where they've got it marked, it looks like it's a first down.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, I think I'd ask for a measurement.
Yeah.
If I was
do we need to bring it in for a measurement? Well, so they're going to call it 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches.
Oh, this is where you really want to take it from
we're in
under.
the shotgun.
And you've got Wolf.
He's got it.
Plunges forward for the first down on 3rd and inches. And the Riders have a first down at the 37-yard line.
You know, they really keep talking about, I heard another great discussion about the tush push on the NFL Network the other day. They had Bill Polian on there talking about how it should be outlawed.
Oh, really? Well, I would like to hear his argument.
Well, he talked about a couple different things that you don't really think about.
On first down, Wolf gives the ball.
Oh, nice.
For a really good run to Villegas, who is inside the 20-yard line. For a Ray Jones first down in the Chris Mayfield State Farm Red Zone.
Number 1, Reese Groom with a great play to prevent a touchdown.
Easton Wolf keeping it to the right.
Almost lost the ball there, but he's going to end up pushing forward for a nice gain on first down.
Easton
to the 11-yard line.
Has similar speed to the Athens quarterback, just hadn't been able to use it much tonight. But, boy, he also is stronger and more scrappy.
2nd and 4, handoff again with a quick setup.
Villegas, he's in. Vegas
into
is
the end
in.
zone. Touchdown Riders.
Well, you got to get 3 touchdowns.
That's
but you can't get 3 until you get the first one. Well done. And the swing.
I think you do that. I think you got to have 3+ scores.
Extra point attempt from the Riders. Wolf is holding the ball at the 10.
And we moved.
Movement. And that makes an extra point that much harder.
Right there on the far side.
See, I don't know. I don't know if
There's something unusual in the cadence, because you can't hear it, but it sure is pretty consistent. Oh, sorry.
All right, 5-yard penalty, movement penalty on the Riders.
If it was going to be a fake, it probably won't be now.
All right, so the extra point attempt, 5 yards longer. Good snap, ball is up, and it's good. Center 13, Athens 30. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
All right, folks, let's watch the instant replay here. We'll see a great run here by Villegas as he goes right through the middle, drags a couple Hornets into the end zone.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take? So, if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
All right, this is the kind of Shelby Sames Bank kickoff that we like, as it's won by the Riders. We're going to kick it deep.
Return from the 3-yard
Oh, it's an illegal
line.
block. Nice.
And stopped.
Nice hit.
Shy of the
Look, there's a
25.
piece of Wally to get it. Somebody's earpiece fell out. Somebody got no. Go back. It was right there, right by the
I saw him
pile.
pick it up.
You're anywhere close to it, Wallington. They've already picked it up already, but an earpiece. We knocked somebody's earpiece out. There was a clear. These officials, they are laissez-faire. They are letting it go because there was a clip as clear as the day is long. And,
that's a 24-hour clip.
That's a 24-hour clip. But I tell you what, so a wall of gold Rough Riders came in and put the stop on that one. So now defense has to get at least two stops, probably 3 stops.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 23 seconds in the third quarter. Athens leads 30-13. Athens has the ball at their own 25-yard line.
I think I would, if I'm Athens, I have my quarterback run a lot.
Yeah. But look, if we get a stop and get a score, then the pressure starts to mount on Athens. But we got to make that happen.
All right. Handoff Athens coming around to the left. Brewer to the 40-yard line. Brewer out of bounds at the 46, 47.
It's too easy.
And that was good up front on Athens' part.
Yeah.
Kind of talk us through that, Shire.
They got it blocked up on the left hand side, left guard, left tackle. They got it in there, and also is that a tight end? Was that a big number? Is that a 78? Is it tight end? Oh no, I guess it's their left tackle.
All right. Going Brewer to the right this time to the 50.
We stop him, but I was hoping that Radney would stop him for a loss.
Almost got him. Just
about a 4 or 5 yard pickup. About 4 yards, second down.
Yeah, if Athens goes down and matches our score, then we're just treading water.
2nd and 6.
Richardson, quarterback, talking to his group.
Wisely.
Getting back set.
Wisely not
5
hurrying.
seconds.
Yeah.
There's a snap just in time. Throw, slant. Brewer catches up to the 40 and down, tackled at the 35.
Yeah, that's the other Villegas on the tackle.
Yeah, on the tackle.
But that was just pitch and catch there. That was a nice little slant route. Put it right where he could catch it and run with it. Leads to a Hornet first down.
On first down, the play is whistled dead. Referees say, let's stop.
Got a lot of flopping going out there. A lot of guys on both sides are trying to draw flags. And, fellas, you're just not going to with this crew. They're going to let y'all play. Which is not a bad thing.
No.
5 yard penalty. 1st and 15 for the Hornets from the 40. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Handoff up the middle.
There we go.
Good
and
stop.
Riders make a quick stop.
By
Looks
the
like
Generals.
General Grant.
Shuts it down at the 38-yard line. Grant Gregory with a stop after a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 13.
All right, Rider defense needs to take advantage of this Athens behind the chains. But I know that quarterback draw has got to be coming.
Just kind of brace yourself.
2nd and 13. Quarterback has it. He's holding it. Now he's going to throw it. Slant again. Brewer has it. Brewer to the 20. Hit at the 18-yard line and tackled at the 16.
They've got it going on, don't they? Just good, sound ball.
I believe that was Cooks on the stop for the Riders.
Down into the Chris Mayfield State Farm red
zone.
Oh, no,
another sideline ball
against the Riders, I believe.
Yes. You can clip and all day long, but don't get off the white, fellas.
First down from the 16 for the Hornets.
They're taking it down.
Waiting.
Yeah.
They are doing a great job managing the clock.
Snapped it on one
Snapped
second.
it with one.
Yep, and look at the throw into the end
Got
zone.
him.
Has
Nice.
a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Athens.
Just beautiful. That's how you draw that one up, fellas.
It's really, with the exception of the penalty, on first down, how you draw up the whole drive.
Yeah.
Don't score on one play. Score milking the clock down the whole way.
All right, they bring out their kicking unit in the waning minutes of the third quarter. The extra point attempt is
it's good.
Oh, my
God.
goodness.
It bounced through.
And bounced again.
Bounced
and
off
is
the
good.
left upright and then hit the right upright and went in. Boy, sometimes things work out for you.
Yes, they do.
37-13, the Hornets lead the Riders. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans. And the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams.
One of the things that Scott Watson was passionate about was staying up to date. He wanted his facility to be comfortable, but not comfortable like you remembered it growing up. From the lobby to the spacious and modern chapel, Watson & Sons never stops getting better. The Watsons, their family serving yours.
All right, folks, it's time for a Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. They're going to kick it deep again. Riders are going to get it at the 20.
From the 20-yard line. And from the 20, returning it up to about the 32-yard line where the Riders are stopped, 1st and 10. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Athens leads 37-13, and that was a textbook drive, Mr. Shires.
It was. I'm trying to get the number, if it's 18 or 19 for the Riders.
Is that a flag? So here is a late flag near the center huddle of the sideline judge.
Sportsmanlike conduct
against the Riders.
Rough Riders. What was that about?
I don't know. And that was thrown from the referee right over here by the huddle.
Well, so it looked like that was number 18, Jackson Holloway on the return, but it's going to cost us 15 with an unsportsmanlike penalty.
1st and 10, Riders inside their own 20-yard line after the penalty.
Don't need that. We need all the yardage we can get.
Two receivers on the Two receivers on the left, got a man in motion, and now a low snap again. It's scooped up by Villegas, who comes around to the left. He's going to make something work here, and up to the 35, 37-yard line before he's brought down. So, yet again.
Oh, so what a great play. Wolf actually feels the low snap and manages to get it to Villegas, who makes a huge run. And it looked like they grabbed his face mask again with no call.
All right, on 1st down for the Riders. 2 receivers on the left-hand side. And
Wolf's going to keep
Wolf's going to keep it.
He's going
to grabbed and broke a
explode.
tackle.
He's still on his
Spin
feet.
move again, and he is up to midfield.
Man, Wolf really exploded through the hole. So, Ray Jones Chevrolet, first down.
Riders just crossed midfield on a quarterback run. 40 seconds and counting in the quarter. Pitch to Villegas to the right. Villegas comes around trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and just does.
So do we have a flag on the play? We do have a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Personal foul.
Oh, they got that one.
Face mask against the Hornets will move the Riders away from midfield and deeper into Hornet territory. Clock stopped at 29 seconds as they mark off the penalty.
Yeah. Rob, I didn't see that one, but we'll take it. That's going to put us inside the 35 to the 34. The Riders don't have any time to spare, so they need to get down, get on the ball, and try to get a play or two for the end of the quarter.
Riders line up with a man in motion. Give it to Villegas. He is around the left-hand side. Stutter steps, plunges forward, and it's Villegas to the 25 to the 22-yard line.
It's a real patient run by Villegas as he was able to get out there, get behind his lineman, and let them make their block, and then he makes a late cut 8 yards down the field. So it'd be nice if we get this one last play before the end of the quarter. And we do.
Do get it off. It's Villegas into the middle. And as the horn blows to the end of the third quarter, Villegas gets into the 16-yard line.
Right, and so if we will, we're going to join Chris Wallington down on we got to turn him down a little bit, number 4 there. There we go. Are you there, Chris Wallington?
So tell us who you are.
Jayla Tut.
Jayla Tut, she's a senior.
Destiny Arzabar.
And Destiny's a senior too, even though she told me she wasn't. So we're behind and all, but thoughts on this being the last home game for you guys?
It's good. It's cold out here.
It finally got cold.
It really got cold.
What do you think? Doing this so long and this being the last game at home, what's going through your head?
I'm really cold right now. That's all.
Too cold to really have anything else going on. Okay, but what's it going to take in the fourth quarter? I want you to tell me what to tell the boys. If you were the coach, what would you tell them right now?
Lock in.
Yeah. All right, lock in. That's it. Well, if you would read that and you would read that, I would appreciate it.
All of us say thank you to Gaddy's Medical Equipment on Hurst Street for bringing us updates about the cheerleaders all season long.
My handwriting, sorry.
When you need help getting better, you trust Gaddy's.
Thank you, Gaddy's, for bringing us the cheerleaders all year long. Couldn't do it during the pregame because y'all were busy, and after the game it's difficult too. All right, we'll send it back up.
Thank you very much, Chris.
I'm not sure. I thought I had us on him, but I don't think that was the case. But anyway, here we go. Final period here. Let's see if the Riders can score. Oh, they're going to blow it dead. Illegal procedure on the Rough Riders.
On second down, the Riders start the play, and then there's some kind of motion penalty, illegal procedure. 2nd and 5 will quickly become 2nd and 10 after the penalty. Riders have the ball on the 22-yard line.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. We'll see. Riders need to get a chunk play. They've been able to run the football effectively here for a good portion of the game, and certainly here in the second half.
Villegas to the left of Wolf. Wolf back to pass, looking left, throwing for the end zone. His receiver stops and
almost
turns around.
catches it. Cooks on the play, it bounces around, and it almost fell into his arms as he was falling down, but well defended by Athens. It's going to set up 3rd down and 10. Again, Riders need this score to keep pace.
All right, 3rd down and 10.
Timeout called by Wolf.
Wolf calls a timeout.
We'll take one as well, folks. We'll be back. Riders down 37-13, but they are threatening.
Diamond B Cafe on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on the Lord's Day Sunday, 7 until 2. Diamond B Cafe was voted the best breakfast in Shelby County, and that breakfast or dinner menu is available anytime that they're open. So stop on by Diamond B Cafe and visit the Brandons on the corner of Tenaha and Timpson in Center.
People come to Covington Lumber Building and Supply because they have home construction projects, and one of those, plumbing projects. Covington's got you covered. They have the showers and the tubs to get you started, and they have all the different fixtures and lots of different choices to round out the project. Then they have the tools that you need to make the things happen. It's all yours at Covington Lumber.
All right, here we go. Critical down here for the Rough Riders.
3rd and 10 for the Riders. Wolf pitches quickly to Villegas. Villegas with some blocking to the right, looking for some place to go, but the white jerseys outnumber the yellow ones, and it's a tackle.
4th and 7.
It's 4th down.
A timeout on the field. Keep it here, Wellington, or do some business?
Well, let me do a little business first. I want to say thank you to JBI Insurance. Joe Bill is the man. If you have a poultry farm and you're new to it, you need to call him. And even if you're not new to it, it's important that you have adequate insurance for your farm. He's perfect at that. It's Joe Bill Matire and Mooney's Emporium, whether it's Christmas shopping or not. But it's about time to Christmas shop now that it's Halloween. It's time to start thinking about that.
Man, I wore my my Fred Sanford shirt this morning. I love it.
Yeah.
I got there.
There's so many cool shirts there that she designs. It's her creativity. We sure appreciate Shell Mooney. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here for the 4th quarter.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas.
Hope Community Medicine is a nonprofit faith initiative with a primary mission of providing quality health care to the people of East Texas, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, or ability to pay. At Hope Community Medicine, they want to be the leading deep East Texas care provider, recognized for their outstanding patient care, innovative technologies, programs, and medicines, as well as a highly motivated and distinguished staff. Hope Community Medicine, founded in faith, focused on family.
Everybody, welcome back. It's 4th down and 10 for the Rough Riders.
And Jason Villegas, after the run, I think looked like an ankle or a foot, walked off under his own power. He's okay, but I doubt we'll see him again in the game. And you're right, 4th and a pretty long way, as the hopes of the Rough Riders beginning to flicker. Really have to have something big happen here.
Empty backfield for the Riders. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left on 4th and 10. Scrambling and throwing.
Got him. Touchdown.
Touchdown Riders.
Well, that's what the doctor ordered.
That's Cooks.
They didn't say touchdown out there, did they?
Oh, that's touchdown.
Okay,
There's no doubt about it.
Good. That's this filming business. You miss a lot of stuff because all you see is what's in the screen.
As we begin the 4th quarter, the Riders on a nice pass from the 22-yard line to number 2. Cooks, extra point attempt with Wichapa. A good snap and a good kick. And tacking one more on, it's a 37-20 ball game in your Tuner Rider football on NETSN.
Let's see that play again. We're going to watch. So that's a 20-yard touchdown strike from Wolf. As we run a little post pattern of our own, he's able to find him.
Diamond B Cafe on the corner of Tennehaw and Timpson is open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on the Lord's Day Sunday, 7 until 2. Diamond B Cafe was voted the best breakfast in Shelby County, and that breakfast or dinner menu is available anytime that they're open. So stop on by Diamond B Cafe and visit the Brandons on the corner of Tennehaw and Timpson in Center.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. The same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm.
All right, here we go. This is a good Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. And they're going to onside kick it.
Faked it one way, went the other.
Number one, Rise Groom for the Hornets comes up with it at midfield. And the Hornets will start at the Rider 49.
I'll tell you what, we did the 10-all game last night. Both teams, we saw some very excellent onside kicks. The Grapeland Sandy's pretty much just onside kicked every single time until the game was out of control, and it would have been unsportsmanlike to do so.
Right.
but they otherwise they onside kicked every time, and then Tennehaw also did. But we saw some really neat ones.
First and 10 for the Hornets from the Rider 48-yard line. Minute 11:06 in the game.
Still a flicker of hope for the Rough Riders, but they've got to stop
them. Got to stop them and stop them quick.
The flicker will probably unflick if they go down and score here.
A turnover would be
that would be super
optimal.
Duper. Yeah.
17-point ball game. First down for the Hornets. Quarterback's going to keep it to the 45, to the 40. Grabbed and brought down at the 37-yard line.
And another play by J.K. Barnes. Most of them been on offense, but good defense.
Several on defense.
Yep.
Special teams. I really feel like he may be our player of the game.
Unless there is something dramatic in the last 10.5 minutes. I agree. He's my lead nominee right now.
First down run from the quarterback, Richardson.
All right.
Quarterback fakes it. Now he's
there we go.
And sack. Easton Wolf. Back on the quarterback.
Hey, Wolf, the quarterback sacked the quarterback.
They'll call him down at the.
Easton says, I'm tired of low pay. He made that stop.
Back to the 47-yard line.
So second down and a bunch.
19.
Yeah. Again, this is what the defense needs, and we need to follow up with 2 more and get the ball back.
Second and 19 after the sack. Richardson looking to throw and put it in the air. And incomplete.
Good coverage by the Rough Riders there.
Had a man right on him.
That's
Caden Cooks.
Cooks on the coverage, cooking up some coverage.
Third down. Third and 19.
All right. I still don't put it past them to run that dead boy quarterback draw.
That's what I'd do.
Twins, 2 receivers either side. Quarterback.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, no.
Draw that comes to the left.
He's got too far to go, though. So we're
disrupted and 2 yards and tackled. Well done by the Riders.
All right, so the Riders going to force a punt here. That's just what the doctor ordered.
Well, it wasn't a turnover, but it was a turnover on downs.
Fourth down at the 45-yard line.
And Villegas is going back to receive the punt.
Oh, really? After the injury, he's back for the punt. That's good news for Rough Rider fans.
All right. So Villegas standing at the 10-yard line. Punter is going to standing at his own 41. There's the punt.
Oh,
and blocked! Riders block it and cover it up at the 45-yard line.
Who got their hand on it? Have any idea?
I don't know, but we can look and see on the instant replay.
Ooh, you got the replay. We're going to look on the replay and see. Yeah.
So here we go. Let's watch it here and see. Riders line up. They come through.
We don't have a cameraman. They were asking about it in the press box, but the cameraman really let down everybody in Rough Rider Nation.
I'm going to give it, I think it was Radney before the camera jerked away.
Let's call it Radney.
First down for the Riders. They start in Hornet territory. Wolf back to pass. Now he just cocks back, and then he's going to run, pushes forward, and he has about a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah. He gets knocked around like a pinball. Yeah, but he pinballs forward for a good 3 yards, it looks like.
37-20 ball game here in the fourth quarter,
right.
8.5 minutes to go. Riders have the ball in Hornet territory.
If Riders can score relatively soon, then it becomes interesting.
It do. But the confusion is evident.
Still plenty of time to snap it, though.
Wolf has it, throws. Cooks has it.
Oh, there we go. Nice block.
40, 35, and Cooks out of bound quickly right at the 35-yard line.
Putative player of the game, number 7, J.K. Barnes with the block that sprung that.
He's everywhere
Ray
tonight.
Jones, first down.
So Ray Jones, first down.
Wolf, a little confusion in the backfield, and Bluford is knocked down.
Well, they brought.
And then they grabbed Wolf and pulled him down for a 5-yard loss.
They brought a tremendous amount of pressure, and Bluford actually picks up the blitz. And but they just really crushed the pocket. Yeah.
All right. On 2nd and 14, Wolf looked to throw, has the ball in the air, and it is intercepted at the 10-yard line.
I almost wish we'd have taken a timeout to kind of gather ourselves there.
Yeah, it might have been nice.
Because that just that wasn't an effective series of plays.
Intended for Barnes right around the 10. There were 2 defenders in the area.
Yeah.
One of them came up with it. So the Riders turned the ball over with 7 minutes and 21 seconds in the ball game.
The Rough Rider crowd has thinned. Part of that is it's 52 degrees, and if you're sitting still, it's cold. If you didn't dress for it, it's real cold. Part of that, though, is it's Halloween. And there were a lot of parents here that came with kids. And
yeah.
You got a senior, sweetheart. We got to go to the game. Then we'll go trick or treat, that kind of stuff. So,
well,
I mean, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think the people that left in the last 30 minutes were going to trick or treat. But we had a big exodus in the first quarter, and I thought, the game was still pretty tight. So Halloween had something to do with it.
That's right.
Can we go trick or treating now? Yeah, let's wake some people up, son. Here we go.
First,
Rider defense needs to do something quickly.
Going to keep it on the ground. Hand off to Kaiser, and Kaiser's up to the 16-yard line, something like that.
Yeah. I'm afraid that one probably done us in.
That's what maybe practically, but also emotionally, after you have a little bit of a surge and then the interception threw water on the spark. Hope not.
3.
I think they can take 3 or 4 minutes off the clock easy.
Yeah.
Maybe even more with a couple of first downs.
I think that's right. And getting 6 on first down sure helped.
On 2nd down, snap, give, come right up the middle. First down, which is what they need to do. First down, then just go down and tackled and just kind of.
I don't know, guys. We get a little bit of that wind coming in here. It is
because the window's open.
Yeah, it is chilly if you didn't dress for it. The folks that are still here dressed for it.
Yeah.
First down for the Hornets. Clock running at 6:18. They lead 37-20. And if you notice, the Hornets do a really good job of clock management. They take the clock down all the way to snap the ball.
Yeah, down to a second or two.
Not in any hurry. Handoff, go up the middle.
There
This
we
time
go.
the Riders shut it all down in a hurry. Good defense by the Riders. And now flag comes in, a late flag thrown
From
directly.
It's.
And I guess they're going to call interference maybe.
No, I think it's going to be after the extracurriculars after the play. So the officials do have some level of intolerance for that. It should be on Athens.
All right, we're going to check. Mr. Whitehat's looking at us here.
It'll either be on Athens or on both of them.
Personal foul against Athens.
Well, let it be against Athens. What happened, Shires?
Over on the far side of the field at the wide receiver and our defensive back, which I believe was Caden Robinson. He continued well after the whistle.
I see.
And Chuck Caden down. And they called the penalty. So
second down and a very, very long way. They've got to get to the 37, 36 to keep this.
I'm not sure after a penalty like that why the referee wound the clock. You think the clock would start on the snap?
Yeah.
Because now you're going to let them run off another 25 seconds. But
all right, got man in motion. Quarterback's going to.
No, he gives it this time.
And to the man in motion around the side, and the Riders keep it to about a 5-yard pickup. Maybe a little more.
Atkinson runs over there and makes the tackle.
So third down and what, Rob?
16.
Yeah.
17.
It makes sense to run this. Keep the clock running.
Yeah. 3rd and 17. After the penalty for the Hornets, where they had probably thought they could just take their time, go down the field, and just run the clock out of the game. Now they're on 3rd and long. Now
3 seconds, 2 seconds.
They're going to take a timeout or take the penalty.
All right, so
what's 5 more?
The clock goes down, and they take a timeout.
Yep.
Athens takes a timeout.
Okay. Well. How are we doing on business, Charles?
We're in good shape.
4.5 minutes to go here in the game, and Athens leads 37-20, Chris. What
tell you
about
the Aurora Concepts postgame. Doesn't look like it's going to be the kind of fun postgame that are my favorite, but we'll talk to Coach, and hopefully we'll talk to our Center Motor Company player of the game, and we'll do all that live from the field, and then we'll wrap it up and get ready for the Rusk game, which, if this is a loss, can't let your guard down against Rusk. Rusk has always played center.
Yes.
It's rare that you go back and look at the scores. When Rusk was really good, the games were close. When center was really good and Rusk wasn't, the games were a lot closer than you'd think. So got to take care of business coming up in the future to go ahead and get into the playoffs as the 3rd seed, because like Shire said back at his counselor's pregame brief, this team we're playing right now is better than anyone we'll face in the playoffs in the first round, maybe even second.
All right, on 3rd down, low snap, quarterback picks it up, and he just airs it out, way beyond the receiver, incomplete, 4th down.
Well, that's interesting because that's going to stop the clock.
Thank you very much.
Oh, they're going. Oh my goodness gracious! They're going to call an defensive hold on the Rough Riders.
Oh, you're kidding.
That's going to move the chains.
Oh man,
the general was
first down,
arguing the case, but that pretty much did it, didn't it?
No, defensive holding.
Defensive holding. Just happened to the Rough Riders in the first half, badly needing a first down, didn't get it, but we got the defensive holding, and needed like 25 yards for a first down. The penalty was only 10, but got the first down. Even more valuable for Athens here. All they want to do is run out the clock, and they just got, well, really, the way they're playing it, they can almost run that clock out here on these next 3 downs.
On first down from the 31-yard line. Man in motion, but they give right up the middle. And still on his feet, breaks a tackle.
Wow. Oh, I thought he was down.
Did I hear a whistle? No.
There's no whistle.
Still on his feet. So now he's got 11 yards.
What a run.
Or 15. 14 yards. Yeah, quite the run. What it ended up being after we thought he was down initially.
It's the best run by a non-Athens quarterback of the game for Athens.
First down for Athens up at the 45-yard line.
"12 seconds to go, and they won't snap it for at least 10 seconds.
Athens will take their time with their clock management. Quarterback's going to give again, this time running to the left side. Only about 3 yards that time.
If that. I was worried about it that the quarterback gave. If he kept it, he might have still been running.
Yeah, that's right.
Three and a half minutes to go in the game. 37-20 ball game. Athens leads the Riders. Second down and 7.
About to go under 3 minutes here. A masterful job of milking the clock.
Okay. They must take another timeout.
Yep.
Okay, Athens takes their second timeout.
And we're keeping it here, aren't we?
Well,
I think we should have just, we can go ahead and most likely finish up the discussion about Center Motor Company Player of the Game. I mean, unless something really dramatic happens, and I hope it does, is it going to be number 7? I think so.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Barnes.
Mr. Jake, and that'll be his first time this year he's won that. I hope we'll be able to speak to him. And sometimes in a loss, they'd just rather not, but Athens' crowd, that's about the same number of folks that made the trip. There's not a big crowd from Athens, but it's an awful long way.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they need to come out and support this team, though. It's a fine
It's a good team. That's right.
Second and 7 after the timeout. 2:56 on the clock in the ball game. From the 48-yard line. There's the snap, fake, throw, hot pass, not caught, incomplete. Third down.
That will stop the clock.
Yep. 3rd and 10.
Well, third and about, 7?
Oh, okay.
You talked about JBI Insurance?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
All the folks we're supposed to mention, I think we've done it. We're so on the money.
Third down.
Oh, no.
And the give, coming Brewer. First down, Brewer on his feet to the 30, to the 25 and 20, taking an angle and looking for the end zone, and he's almost there, but not quite. Cooks forces him out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Brewers had a great game for them, too.
He has.
First and goal from the 5 for the Hornets.
They've got a couple guys on their team that are just smooth fast. They're going to give up in the middle, and the Riders are going to stop that.
Nowhere to go in the middle. Second down.
Sure would, for the Riders' sake, like them to prevent this score at 37-20. You know, that's a good win for Athens, but 40-something to 20 just doesn't feel or sound nearly as good. Athens came in 14-point favorites anyway, just 17 points ahead now, but second down from about, what's that, the 5?
I think more like the 5, yeah.
Timeout. Walk it down to the 2-minute warning. And that's what they'll do is it reaches the 2-minute mark.
We will go take a quick break, and we'll hear from a couple sponsors, and we'll be right back.
One of the things that Scott Watson was passionate about was staying up to date. He wanted his facility to be comfortable, but not comfortable like you remembered it growing up. From the lobby to the spacious and modern chapel, Watson & Sons never stops getting better. The Watsons, their family serving yours. The team at McAdams Propane is committed to fueling generations of East Texans. And the work Billy Bob and Lisa McAdams started is growing under Josh's leadership. What began in Center has grown into Livingston and Marshall, Henderson and Carthage. For propane, it's McAdams. So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire.
All right, here we go. See if the Riders can hold them out. Oh, nice
pass,
well-designed play.
Touchdown from the
that had a little bit of everything. That had a play-action pass. It had a rub. And Athens is going to be able to put it in the end zone with a minute 54 to go.
That's right, minute 54.
Well, that's disappointing. I kind of wish that hadn't happened. Maybe, would love to see the Rough Riders strike back here in the last 2 minutes.
All right, so the extra point attempt after the touchdown for Athens. Ball snapped. Kick is up. Kick is good. We'll add one more. 44-20 ball game with a minute 54 to go in the game. You're tuned to Rider Football on NETSN.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spot. Over the years, most of us have collected a lot of stuff, but where is all that stuff? Down home. So when it starts piling up, you go with Down Home Storage, climate-controlled place for your down home stuff.
Right, welcome back. It's time to decide what our plum crazy moment of the game is going to be.
What you think, Charles?
Well, I mean, we got a couple. I mean, there's a couple plum crazy. I mean, I think you talked about it, how eerily graveyard quiet it was in the stadium at one point.
This is the game that's been circled on the calendar. I expected it to be the most intense game of the season. It's senior night, it's Halloween, it's spooky. You know, we did all the spooky. And then by halftime, it was just really quiet.
Even before that, it was just quiet. Yeah. Both sides.
All right. Shelby
there's a hole,
kickoff.
So we get through it. If Villegas does, he's going to get it back over the 50-yard line.
Has a nice run return down the sideline. Minute 48 for the Riders to get into the end zone here in the fourth quarter.
Villegas lightly limping? It took him a while to get off the field, but that's something else that's a little plum crazy is how fast, streaking fast he was the next 2 times he touched the ball. Well, anyway, thank you, Dennis Leiker, I've enjoyed the plum crazy this year. That's been fun.
First down for the Riders in Hornets territory from the 47-yard line.
Now let's see if there's a little fight left in this group to get down and answer back, just because that's what you're supposed to do.
Bluford in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Wolf snap, throws right on the slant. Has it. Ball's caught. Well
nice
done.
move
To the 20,
by Cooks.
to the 15, and it's Cooks to the 10.
Down to the 7.
Yep.
Oh, and they say keep the clock running.
Nicely done by the Riders. First and goal for the Riders from the 7-yard line after a Cooks pass.
Yeah, that was very nice. And they answered the question. Are they willing to keep fighting and answer, because that's just what you're supposed to do? And on that play, they...
Timeout Athens. That's their third one.
They want to protect the end zone. There's a little fight in both teams. I like it. Well, the postgame show will be brought to you by Aurora Concepts. Always is. Rob and Counselor will officially name our Center Motor Company Player of the Game, and something to smile about, brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. Then we'll go down to the field. I'll visit with with Coach Brown and with our Player of the Game, which is number 7, and he could have been the offensive player of the game or the defensive player of the game.
Yep.
J.K. Barnes. So well done there, J.K. And then we will wrap things up and get ready for the closing game of the week, of the year, of the season. The regular season ends next week in November.
Minute 18 to go in the ball game. Riders first and goal from the 7. After the Hornets took their last time out. Man in motion. They're going to give to Bluford and go right at the middle.
Bluford's going to get in
the end zone from the 7-yard line.
Standing up. And he goes over and glares at the defender and says, yeah, if I were just across the end zone, the defender points to the scoreboard.
He didn't run over the guy.
And it's going to be a swinging gate. Man on man.
Riders jump up in the air.
No good. Second time.
Get the 2-point conversion. No good.
Couldn't quite make that work for them either time.
44-27. 44-26.
Okay. Yep. Let's watch that replay. We'll see Bluford run over this fella.
And the Riders will have the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff to the...
There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. He gave him a good. So we're going to have the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff coming. We'll hear from Shelby real fast.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Chris Wallington, why don't we get a shot of the action there?
But you see that guy right there? He's going to return the ball.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And see that guy right there? He's going to block.
Yes.
And that guy right there is going to kick it.
Y'all talking about the cold. Remember the playoff game that we did in Tyler when it was like we left center, it was at 70, and when we got to Tyler, it was like 32. The onside kick
from Cordova, not with Choppa. Cordova kicking that one.
The same fellow that recovered it before recovers it again for Athens. Reese Groom, yeah.
With a minute 13 in the ball game, Athens leads 44-26. Athens has the ball at their own 45-yard line.
You remember Coach Jack Parker and Coach Bays, Joe Bays, early on in my second or third year teaching, I said, y'all, I can coach. I can yell at guys and, point at them. And they said, okay, coach for a week. So I became the kicking coach because they didn't have one.
Right.
Okay, so, all right. And I enjoyed it. On game day, it was like that. 70-something when we left here. We went to Rusk late in the season. Next week.
It was 77 degrees, warm when we left center.
When we left here.
Yeah.
And I dressed in a short sleeve shirt. and I was the only one. Everybody else brought their gear out. The coaches brought gear. I thought I was going to freeze to death
because a cold front hit on the way
cold
there.
Front it dropped to about nearly freezing.
Yeah.
And fortunately, a trainer, a little sophomore, let me have his sweater, and I couldn't. It wouldn't fit, but at least it would go over my arms. I think he saved my life. I need to make sure that.
Which saved your arms. I mean, they might have been frostbitten. You'd have been walking around with nubs.
I absolutely would have.
The Hornets take a knee a couple of times, and that's going to end the ball game. Now the clock's going to wind down.
And I'm going to leave the camera to you guys as I go down and get ready for the post game.
All right.
Y'all stay tuned for the Aurora Concepts post-game show following the broadcast. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in tonight as the clock winds down. Folks, that's the ball game. 44-26 from Center, Texas. Last regular season game coming up next week. Right now, the Aurora Concepts post-game show.
The game is over. So now, the clinic, who provides players with physicals and with vaccinations, is ready to bring you the post-game show. The Aurora Concepts post-game show features something to smile about from Wyndham Family Dental, the Diamond B Cafe Pancake Blocker of the Night, and the Center Motor Company Player of the Game. So now we'll look back at the game. Tomorrow, let Aurora Concepts take care of you.
Welcome back to the Aurora Concepts post-game show. Final score tonight, 44-26, the Athens Hornets over the Center Rough Riders. And now it's time for something to smile about.
All right, so that's going to be interesting. I think it's senior night. I think we got to honor our seniors. There's something to smile about all these young men and women that have been doing things, for their entire high school career on the Friday nights, between the football players, the band members, the chaparrals, the cheerleaders, everybody else.
It's something to smile about, looking back over what they've done, and yet also something to smile about, because as they walk by tonight, you heard about their plans for the future.
Yes.
You certainly have to smile for them because they're plans for the future.
That's right. I was particularly smiling about the young man that's wants to go to the University of Texas to study agriculture.
Sounds good. Let's go.
That's something to smile about. That made me smile when I heard that.
It is. All right.
All right, so we'll hear from Wyndham Family Dental. When we come back, we'll check in with Chris Wallington, who's making his way down to the field.
At Wyndham Family Dental, it's always about family. Their family welcomes you. Their family takes care of you. At Wyndham Family Dental, it comes down to this.
If you have something to smile about, smile.
All right, welcome back to the Aurora Concepts post-game show here live on NETSN. Before we go to Chris Wallington, we need to formally announce our player of the game, and we decided that it's going to be number 7, J.K. Barnes, the junior wide receiver and defensive back who made the great catch, made some big tackles, made some special teams play, all three sides of the football.
Yep.
So he did great. He's our Center Motor Company player of the game. We're here from Aurora Concepts, and then we'll have Wallington in place. Again, this is the Aurora Concepts postgame show live here on NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointment, mobile vaccine units, sports physicals, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
All right, welcome back. We're about to line up Chris Wallington here. Let's see if we can get him on the. There we are. Chris Wallington, are you there?
I am, in fact.
All right, let's see if we can't get you on the Trojan cam, and there you are.
Yeah. But I haven't spoken to either Coach or JK yet.
Well, you know what? I'm going to call in. I'm going to call in Alba while you're doing that. Let's play season versus this Athens team.
Okay. Well, jump ahead. That'll be good.
Oh, is that on the thing later on?
Yeah. That's going to be number 3.
Oh, there it is. Oh gosh, I see it there. I'm sorry. I should look at the itinerary.
Yeah. That's all right. We can do it now.
Okay. I think we win 3.
You think I do too? I know it's more fun when we argue, but I think the same way. I'm gonna see if I can get my player now, but I think a 3-win against this group. Hey man, you're our player of the game. You mind speaking with us right quick? Come on up here. I got him. I picked him out of the group.
There we go. Our Center Motor Company player of the game.
Well, I know it was a loss, and that's disappointing, but you had a good game on both sides of the ball. Thank you. If you had to choose, you only could play defense or offense, which would it be?
I choose offense.
How come?
I like scoring.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, you had a good game today, but generally, what was the coach just saying? You have one more big game to go at Rusk. What's left for this team?
Just make it to the playoffs. Do what we're coached to do.
All right, and take care of business with Rusk, and we'll see how it unfolds.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for your work today. Well done. I'm going to put my ears back on. Coach is right over here to the camera's left. I guess to the camera's right. So a 3-game, I'm with you on that. And while we're here, I'll just say that we want to say thank you to our year-long Rough Rider sponsors, Ace Hardware of East Texas, Center Tire, Covington Lumber Company, and also our post-game sponsors, which we'll list here. Well, we'll go ahead and list them now. Aurora Concepts, Center Motor, JBA Financial, and Gaddy's Medical Supply. We'll say thank you to those guys. Why don't we hear from Center Motor Company, and we'll come back and we'll talk to Coach, who will be finished talking here in just a few minutes. What do you think?
We'll do that right now.
When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutcherson and Hurst, Center Motor.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's time for our JBA Financial Coach Talk with Chris Wallington. Is down on the field with Coach Nick Brown.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good football weather, not the outcome you were hoping for. What was going on out there?
It's kind of the story of the games where we struggle is we just kind of start slow. And so we're going to look at some things next week at practice. We just kind of started slow, and it's one of those things where, I feel like if we'd come out and played the first half like we started and came out in the second half, it would have been a different ball game. But that's a dang good football team. They're a top 10 football team in the state. And, we were right there with them and had opportunities to do some special things and just kind of fell a little short. But, the kids kept fighting the whole game. We didn't have any stupid penalties. We didn't have any kids pouting, throwing helmets or anything. Kids kept fighting. Never gave up. That's all I can ask of them.
I love that last score.
It was good. So
you tried to tell me that their quarterback was good.
Try to tell you, yeah. And that's the thing is when you watch their running back's really good. Both of those receivers are really good. And they're a well coached team. They're a good team up front. They're really good. Like there's a reason they've got that ranking, and so I was really proud of our kids. Like they didn't let that get in the way. They fought, and just in a game where you play a good team, you can't have any mistakes.
Yeah, that was not to be today, but we look forward to taking the show on the road to Rust and qualifying for the playoffs. It's the third seed and get after it.
We're in. We'll get after it. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Coach, and thank you. Dr. Collard down here in the cold, a little underdressed, but he doesn't complain. He's a consummate professional. Now you can stop this. We'll go back up to you and we'll wrap it up.
All right, everybody. We'll hear from Aurora Concepts, which brings us the post-game show, and we'll be back more with the final segment after this.
Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
Everybody, welcome back to the Aurora Concepts postgame show. It's now time for our extra point segment, and we'll turn it over to Chris Wallington as he has just clambered back into the press box.
I have made it from the cold. Counselor, what are your final thoughts on tonight? And, you know, really on whatever your final thoughts are, whatever you want to talk about.
It's just what the coach said, and we talked about it during the last coaches show. I mean, I don't know what it is about us. We have this lull normally in the first half, and it allows teams that has no business being in the game with us to remain in the game, and then that's where the spread in this game kind of came from was, the end of the second, really the mid part of the first quarter through half. It's where they were able to get up on us that we couldn't make up the difference. And it's, I said before, well, win, lose, or draw, I want to see us to come out and play 4 quarters, and we just still kind of didn't do that. We spotted them a couple of scores, and that's the difference.
And we'll have to do better as we round out the year in Rusk next week. Currently, Rusk ranked number 74.
Yeah. But like you said, though, they always play us tough.
Almost throughout the rankings. We'll be favored, but not by as many as they say we will, because it'll be a pretty big.
I mean, I want us to go out there and just crush them.
That would be nice.
I mean, that's what we need to do.
That's exactly right. And that's what is left. One more week of the regular season. And
I just go back and just say one other thing. I mean, other than if we just can figure this out, because when we're playing at our A level, I mean, we can play with just about anybody.
Certainly with these guys.
Yeah.
We can play with Athens. And like I said, whoever we play in the playoffs will not be this good. All right, everybody. That does it for the Aurora Concepts postgame show. We'd like to thank pregame and halftime guest Coach Brown, our stadium announcer Jason Locke with senior night, our senior cheerleaders, both of them, thank you for appearing. Cross-country state qualifier Daniel Flores in our halftime show. Also congratulate Center Motor Company player of the game J.K. Barnes. Tonight, final score 26 for Center, Athens 44. Riders moved to 4-5 on the season, 2-2 in district play as we look ahead to Rusk to close the season. Remember, Tuesday night, everybody, join Stephen and me live at the pizzeria for the Nick Brown Show, brought to you by Sabine State Bank. That's at 6:30 on Tuesday. Come be there with us. We'd love to have you. And now, for sideline reporter all season, Rain Smith, who wasn't here today, for Captain in the Blimp, Jay Matney, and the Bowles Feed Blimp, for Colonel Matt Gregory, for our halftime analysis, and for the excellent camera work from me, and for Dr. Randy Collard. For Stephen Shires and for Rob Payne, I'm Chris Wallington saying bye for now.
We thank you for watching the Aurora Concepts postgame show. We have a big thanks to our postgame sponsors, Dairy Queen, Wyndham Family Dental, Wiggins Family Farms, Center Motor Company, JBA Financial, and Tammy Steptoe Realty. And of course, Aurora Concepts, who says, let us take care of you. Stay tuned for the Batters Law Firm final scoreboard live from the Bowles Feed Blimp. We'll see you next week. Until then, it's first down and 7 days to go.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.